next week as the Lions travel to Monterrey, taking on Tigres in the second leg of our round of 16 matchup in the CONCACAF Champions Cup on Tuesday, March 12th at 10:30 p.m. Tune in on Real Radio 104.1 or watch on FS1. And the Lions are back on the road again next weekend, heading north to face Atlanta United on March 17th at 7 p.m. Tune in on Real Radio 104.1 and watch on any device on the Apple TV app.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Looking for an exciting career in construction? Kalos Services is hiring. Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Find out more at kalosflorida.com/jobs or text 352-243-7099 to find out more.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Lose up to 15 pounds per month with Revelex from Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day, and we do have a great program for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening on the world. Deb will do that at 3:20 with Woke News. 4 o'clock, it's Animal House. Angie and CG drop by from the Humane Society of Lake County. 5 o'clock hour, Scott Maxwell. Man, if you haven't read the story that Scott Maxwell has in the paper today about this thing happening at Disney, it is so much fun. We'll talk to him about that. Trivia today, Orlando SC tickets versus Austin coming up here at Interco, and that includes that Vanilla Ice, Montel Jordan, and Rob Bass show. Plus, we'll end the show up with Ross Thoughts. Last call, you heard it here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer, Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien, the Sauce Padgy.
Rest in peace, Dave Thomas.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social. Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com, and that is where you can click through and watch us on YouTube. Let's grow those numbers, please. I think we're only a couple away from getting 5,000, right?
That's right. We need you to subscribe. Not only watch us on YouTube, subscribe and give us a thumbs up for the day. Let's boost that number today.
That'd be great. We don't ask for
Give
a
us
bunch
the
of that
thumb,
stuff,
man.
but we would
Just the
appreciate that.
thumb.
Again, it's easy to find. If you just go to JimColbertLive.com, you can click right through, like Jack said, subscribe to like. And that does help us out quite a bit. Plus, any of the show that you missed today, you can download the podcast, again, just by going to JimColbertLive.com. What were you talking about?
Dave Thomas.
Yeah, the Wendy's guy?
The Wendy's guy, that Elmer Fudd-looking dude.
He's been dead, hasn't
he? He is. I'm just reminding
He's just getting caught up.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it was his birthday?
He's catching up with old news.
I didn't know
I hope he is resting in peace.
You know, it's funny. I saw, and I did not have this planned, but I saw a piece the other day on, the best hamburgers of all the chains of hamburgers. And even with all of your places like your Culver's and all the other places like that, they're dishing out those, it's still a drive-through restaurant thing, but it's an upper level. Can we agree? Like an upper level burger kind of scenario? Five Guys kind of thing?
Yeah.
That Wendy's still fared very, very well.
Burgers are good.
Against those things. I mean, the burgers that are way more expensive, Wendy's still held its own in this poll that I read. I like a good fresh Wendy's burger.
It's square.
It's a good burger.
Yeah.
I like how they always leaned into that. No, we're better.
Right.
Those are square.
Here's the thing you can never not say about Wendy's. I mean, you definitely, you get your value because it is a substantial sandwich. There's always enough there. Some other sandwiches, it feels like the shrinkflation thing has hitting a little bit.
Yeah.
But I find that the Wendy's single is always the gift that keeps on giving. When by single, I mean double.
I remember, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
At least.
Yeah.
Double.
Yeah, double.
In
Double,
the early days of What'd You Do That's New, when C-Lane assigned us the training video.
I still haven't recovered.
But that guy was a go-getter too. It's so funny. It's a great story, but and then of course, oh man, you guys get fallout from the show at home?
Fallout
sometimes.
Do you guys get fallout at home from the things that happen on the program?
No, because I show my household the respect they're due.
Didn't expect anything less from you, Jack. Thank you very much.
In other words, he doesn't say anything.
Right. Did you? Can you give me an example of some fallout you've had from the program? I did something. Apparently, did something yesterday that is a big no-no, and I could not explain it away.
Oh, really? What'd you do?
Well, nothing terrible, but I mean, it was just kind of, it's just.
What? Come on.
Can I, before you tell us what it is,
talk to us.
Can I ask? Did one of us, and please say it was me, lead you down that path and cause you to say it, or was it totally on your own?
Jack and I's relationship is going to end in murder-suicide. Can we all agree with that? That's going to happen? One of us is going to pull a gun out on the other, and then it's just going to be like, this is how it should end.
Yeah.
Here's what happened, buddy. We were talking about the Frosty thing yesterday.
Yeah.
And I said, my wife goes crazy about that. She loves dipping her fries in the Frosty.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll give you one guess who wasn't. It was definitely not my wife who does that. She goes, I've never done that. I'm like, are you absolutely sure?
Oh, I thought it was the fact that you said the one that you humped.
No,
no.
She's fine with the humping. She's down with the humping. She's a hump crazy. She will never debate the humping part. But she was super pissed about. No, I'm just joking. But she was like, she goes, who do you know that does this? And of course, I've been married before. You never want to make that thing where if you've been married before, you never want to. No. And so, and my memory is, oh God, sometimes. So I have to
say it was a homeless person you bought lunch for that day.
So I have to
do not say it was your ex.
I have to be very careful.
That happens all the time with me and movies. We saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off together, right? We watched that once, right? That was you, right?
Sauce, I'm so gun shy to even take a shot at stuff like that anymore because I don't want it to be wrong.
Yeah.
And she's like, who is this person that dips their fries in their Frosty? I'm like, Tor, I thought it was you, honey. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was you. I guess it could be one of the kids. I said it's just for the air. It doesn't mean anything. I just thought it was you.
You tried to save it
and
with that.
She's just, stop.
Oh.
And then she's like, well, who is this person? I'm like, I just told you I don't know who it is. God. I knew it was the whole time. No,
Yeah,
no,
Tori,
no, 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 no.
Tori, I think he's holding out. Don't let him off the hook on this.
All right, 407-916-1041. So my daughter calls me yesterday from Ecuador.
Yeah. How's that going?
Same
She
time
is-
zone, right?
Well, the phone call actually wasn't hers. It was from the abductors. So no.
Quito, Guayaquil.
Yeah,
You asked for proof of life?
they're around Quito. I don't know, some other place. But man, oh man, she FaceTimed me yesterday, and I was waiting on my wife to go into dinner, and I get the FaceTime, and I hit the FaceTime call, and just being funny, I was like, it's just going to be, all I'm going to see is her neck and a knife. That's all it's going to be. I knew this was the plan the whole time, but it obviously wasn't that. What she was going to show me is where her Airbnb was, which was carved into the side of a giant mountain.
Wow.
And her entire view was like this entire mountainside with this village. It looked fake. It looked like a painting. And that's where she's staying for the next 2 days.
How exciting.
By the way, she says that place is magical. She says eating the food there has been amazing. Like, she deals with some inflammation issues through diet, like a lot of people do, that sensitive systems, whether it be gluten or whatever.
Yeah.
She's got a number of those things that come through for the food that she eats here in America, the heavily processed food that we consume here.
Oh, yeah.
Even when you go out, that food's processed as well. So people freak out like, I eat out. It doesn't matter, buddy. That's same thing,
Yeah.
But they're eating foods that come right from those gardens. The chickens and proteins come right from their own property. And she said that it's amazing. Her stomach, her skin have never felt better. The water's amazing. The culture's amazing. She went down there, and it coincided with Ecuador's version of Carnival.
Yeah.
But Ecuador is a heavily Catholic country, I believe. So they don't really go crazy like they do in Brazil, where it's just like, man, it's like simulated, banging everywhere. This is a more kind of controlled, cultural, artistic show of what Carnival would be. And she said it was magnificent. You should see the glow on her face. It was amazing. Like that, you can just see, and Ross has told me about this for years about me going to Europe and how it changes the way you look. You could literally see it in her face, the change that she's made just by being, introduced to and engulfed a bit in a brand new culture, way of life, way of thought. Peoples that look at life differently than we look at here in the U.S. is we hurry every day to beat the rat race. It is not like that there, and she says you can get real used to it.
One of the best things you can do as your youth is to travel, get that experience, because that's what you keep with you the rest of your life and your understanding of everything else. So why are you so afraid to travel? Is it the toilets? Foreign bathrooms. Jimmy, I know it scared me at first.
It's not to be taken lightly.
I took a roll of toilet paper with me wherever I went in Europe because of that.
That's not a bad idea.
Because of why? Because why would you have to do that?
Their toilet paper is a lot rougher than ours. Our butts are pampered.
It's different. Costa Rica was different. It still freaks me out.
Well, you don't flush your toilet paper.
Hold on. When you say, what?
You cannot flush your toilet paper. There are 3 things that go in. Well, 2, actually. Number 1 and
Unless
number
you
2.
Vomit.
Yeah.
That could be number 3. But you do not flush your toilet paper.
Toilet paper goes in a little trash can, hopefully with a lid next to the toilet.
Is that a coin flip? The lid is a coin flip?
It depends on the establishment.
So there could be...
What a pampered...
Okay, hold on now. So there could be, let's say I'm going to the restroom and I have to sit down to go to the restroom this time. And you're telling me within arm's length there could be a toilet, there could be a trash can that's full of used toilet paper?
Correct. Because you do not put it in the sewer
sewers.
system.
Yeah.
That is as close to an American toilet you will get. That's not that's foreign, because there are other places
They're
where
just the squatty potties?
The squat, you put your feet in the thing and there's a hole in the ground, and
Yeah, if you go camping in France, I've been told that's what you're going to find.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
a couple of footprints on the ground. Aim here.
I mean, we've camped. We've done that, like as a family. We've gone out. And the first thing you do is you go out there and dig your toilet. And everybody kind of understands the rules.
I was so nervous about the first time I went abroad that they sell, I think it's for camping, like little Charmin like plastic packs with like it's a mini roll of toilet paper. I had that in my bag everywhere I went.
Oh man,
I did not want to get stuck in a place where they're like, "Oh, just use your hand."
No.
You see that bush out there?
No.
Go pick yourself some leaves.
No. Man.
So you didn't bring that toilet paper around because of a toilet paper preference. You were just paranoid that a bathroom
I wouldn't find it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, man, and I kind of like the rough toilet paper.
And then
I appreciate you putting that exclamation point on this.
It's like a heavy grit sandpaper. Sometimes you need it for the right job, right?
You know?
No, not right. Not even close to being right.
30 grit?
30 grit? My God, what are you taking off paint?
Like skin.
The bigger the number, the finer the grit, man.
Like I brush my teeth every day, but I still have to go get my teeth cleaned.
Yeah, I understand.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
You're down. I mean, this is cool. All this stuff is fine with you. You know, no problem.
What? The traveling, throwing it in the trash can? I did that in Mexico.
Did you really?
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Okay.
In fact, not that bad. It wasn't even a thing.
Okay, good. Okay, that's fine. No smell, though? I mean, the smell was not overwhelming or anything?
Let's hope they have a little lid on that garbage can.
Yeah. Oh, man, buddy.
Or the next time you go to a store, you find a bag and you put it over it.
You got to travel.
And then you don't worry about it.
You remember, look at this. Your faces are now all disgusted. Remember your daughter's face. She was glowing.
Yeah, she's loving
culture.
Well,
wow.
We're thinking about we're thinking about possibly going as a family in December because apparently once you get down there, it is like $40 will get you for the next 14 days.
I knew bathrooms would be the reason you're too chicken to travel.
Isn't it?
It's like the chicken, Jack. Come on, man. I'm spoiled. I'm a spoiled American.
So I bring my roll of toilet paper to Italy and stay in a hotel that is nice and has a bidet next to the toilet. I'm like, oh, we're good.
Good. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb, you got some news for us?
Yeah. Attorneys of a Boeing whistleblower call on police to investigate his death. I can't imagine why. Orange County Public Schools announce a new attendance policy, and poor conditions at a police headquarters are described by the new chief. Let's just say all the rodents are high. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Back with Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Dancing naked around your kitchen is a lot better with your best friends.
Seriously.
I mean,
why would you encourage that?
Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Drivers can expect heavy traffic east and westbound on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling between the Beach Line and 535, as well as between US 27 and the 429. No major delays to report for those taking Florida's Turnpike north or southbound today. Traffic looks great in both directions on the 408. If you do see any traffic problems today, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Filutowski Eye Institute. If you deal with bad eyes, if you have blurry eyes, or you have to wear glasses or contacts and you're sick and tired of it, and you have been sick and tired of it for many, many years, I have the perfect opportunity for you to get an option out. Right now at the Filutowski Eye Institute, they are offering free LASIK consultations. That way you can find out exactly what LASIK can do for you. And it could not be easier to make your appointment. Do this. Text 1041 to 868686. Start your journey to better vision today with the Filutowski Eye Institute. These guys have all the experience you want. 65,000 LASIK procedures under their belt using the latest state-of-the-art tech. And if finances is a concern, do not worry there either. They offer 24-month interest-free financing for you now. Again, these are free consultations. No reason not to find out what these guys can do for you to get your eyesight way better and really improve your life. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that free LASIK consultation today at the Filutowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's two largest bridal designers this weekend. Tacori and Verragio are here. with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tacori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Veragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tacori or Veragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening this Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing and the movies.
Everything that we are doing is incredibly data-driven. We are getting signals in every single day about how specific audiences are performing. So although we're marketing at a very broad scale, and that does include specific local markets, that's really the beauty of iHeart's network. You're not serving the same message to a consumer in Nashville necessarily that you may be in New York. You have the ability to be very specific and very personalized, but at a tremendous scale.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you love sports and scandal, then join me, ESPN broadcaster Jay Harris, each week for Playing Dirty: Sports Scandals, the newest podcast from executive producer Dan Patrick. From current scandals like MMA champ Cain Velasquez's armed car chase to historic shockers like the biggest Little League cheat, Playing Dirty: Sports Scandals doesn't shy away from dark details and always packs a punch. Never miss the dirt, people. Listen to Playing Dirty: Sports Scandals on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Buy a new Nissan today and make no payments till 2025. It's a slam dunk at OrlandoNissan.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
Funniest filthy ad ever was for Wendy's. Wendy's, hot and juicy. If we trickle down your chin a little, we're sorry.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. You just heard a talk back. You can do it as well. Just get the iHeartRadio app. It's free and awesome, by the way, when you grab it. Go to Real Radio once you get it. Use a little microphone to send it on down the line. Matter of fact, you can even take a couple shots at it. Edit it up, make it sound great, and then tell us how you feel.
Give it a listen.
We care so much. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are here as well. Let's get some news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
As always, Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, the House is approving a bill that could lead to the forced sale or nationwide ban of social media app TikTok. The bill requires TikTok's parent company, Chinese-owned tech giant ByteDance, to sell the app within 180 days or see it banned from U.S. app stores. Lawmakers are concerned the Chinese government can access the personal data of millions of Americans, and it's not just accessing the personal data, but because so many young people get their news from TikTok. There's the worry of propaganda from the Communist Party.
Of course.
Those opposed to the bill argue it imposes limits on free speech. The bill does face an uncertain path in the Senate, as Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has yet to say whether he'll put it to a vote. TikTok has an average of over 100 million American users per month. They say they have a user base of 170 million, which is more than half the country.
There you go.
So what you're saying is TikTok.
I was going to do that, but I didn't want to take it away from you, Ross, because you're the pun master. All right. The attorneys for a Boeing whistleblower found dead over the weekend are speaking out. 62-year-old John Barnett was found dead outside of a South Carolina hotel. He was known for speaking out about Boeing's production standards after working for the company for over 3 decades. Though the coroner's office said Barnett's death was the result of a, quote, self-inflicted gunshot wound, end quote, Barnett's attorneys are calling on Charleston police to investigate further. In a statement, they say they did not see any indication that Barnett would take his own life. And having just visited Charleston, I can tell you that outside of Washington State, where Boeing has a huge presence, apparently all of their international planes for international flights, for international carriers, are built in South Carolina. It is a huge Boeing complex.
Really?
You drive by in Charleston.
Wow.
It's probably the biggest outside of Washington State.
Wow.
So I was wondering, what was he doing in Charleston?
Yeah.
And then I went, oh.
And he was in his truck in a parking lot or something?
Yeah, exactly. He was found in his truck in a parking lot of his hotel.
Wow.
So exactly. Hope they have some surveillance video.
Yeah. Why do it in the truck?
That's,
I guess.
There's all kind of questions about this.
Well, that's where the killer got him, Jim.
Yeah. I mean, I know
There to put a bow on it, Jack.
I know there's no rhyme or reason to this stuff, but I mean, if you can apply a little logic to it, even.
But exactly. All right. The death of Madeline Soto is prompting a change in Orange County Public Schools. Superintendent Dr. Maria Vasquez announced yesterday a new policy going to effect next month, and it's going to alert parents when a child is absent when the school day begins. This comes after 13-year-old Maddie Soto was found dead in Osceola County 2 weeks ago. Soto's mom says no one from the school called to tell her that Madeline was absent until 6 o'clock that night. And that's still going to be the case moving forward. They're still going to do that evening call. But now instead of waiting until evening, they'll call you earlier in the day and then again later on in the day.
Got it.
Meanwhile, Volusia County School District is considering conducting random weapon screenings next academic year.
All right.
Way to put the bow on it, Ross. I was thinking the exact same thing. Those are words you just do not want to hear in the same sentence together. You just simply don't. Board members met yesterday to discuss the plan. Under the proposal, a computer would select a campus, requiring students there to undergo the enhanced security process. No final decision was made, but a majority of officials who attended the meeting were in favor of some version of the plan.
Wow.
Duck, duck, goose, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Tick, tack, toe. Hey, it's your turn today. All right, a Florida woman has died on board a cruise ship headed to the Bahamas. Authorities say the 27-year-old was found unresponsive in her cabin on Monday, and cruise officials contacted the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Authorities reportedly confiscated what's believed to be cocaine from her cabin and arrested a 32-year-old man from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
No identities are being released, and the woman's cause of death hasn't been determined yet. I was wondering why they called the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Yeah.
Do you think somebody on the ship was like walking around with like a bubbly pipe going like, it seems like a mystery? It just seems like a perfect time to just like Knives Out hard right there.
That's a great Knives Out reference.
That is a great Knives Out reference.
I would Knives Out that situation. Yeah. I don't think people would like me, but I would stick to my guns.
I like it.
All right, this next story will sure to frost the flakes of every pet lover and pet owner. The owner of a Sarasota dog grooming business faces animal cruelty charges.
Okay. Oh, God.
Police say they were investigating potential financial crimes. That's what first brought them to Wolfgang Bakery and Grooming on 10 Miami Trail when current and former employees told detectives that 41-year-old Diana Stevens of Fort Myers was abusing some of the dogs and cats while trimming their fur and cutting their nails. Staff members said they had to intervene on multiple occasions. Can you imagine?
Like whipping a dog's ass so bad that you had to have somebody step in on the dog's behalf?
Staff members have to come in and you're the owner. Police obtained video evidence. Oh, funny, they got the video evidence of the alleged abuse and arrested Stevens last Friday. She faces 5 felony and 5 misdemeanor charges. Orlando-based Wolfgang, if you recognize that name, says it has terminated her franchise agreement.
I bet.
Yeah, no doubt, right? All right, a man has been rescued after suffering from an apparent crocodile bite in the Florida Everglades. Rangers responded Sunday to a report of the man went underwater at Flamingo Marina, so they pulled the 68-year-old man out of the water and treated a laceration on his leg. A National Park Service news release says rangers and park biologists are investigating the incident and monitoring, quote, the suspected crocodile, end quote. But unlike the alligator situation where they can be euthanized for being a nuisance gator, crocodiles are a federally protected species.
Really?
Oh,
yes.
They probably know that.
So they,
they act up.
Oh,
See
man.
that?
Imagine having that immunity,
right?
So what do? They just relocate it, or maybe get it to in a preserve or something?
I guess they just kind of keep an eye on it and see if it shows any kind of more aggression toward people.
Yeah,
But
they should tag it like this one's a biter.
They just let it stay for a while.
Right. Yeah, they should give it a tag for every fisherman or everything it got to bite. It's got 3 of them so far. Got Dan's hand last week.
Yeah, that was the Leesburg story of
Yeah.
the guy fishing who lost his hand to an alligator. In that case, the gator was euthanized. All right, swimmers are allowed back in the water in Sarasota County after a whale died at one of their beaches last week. And if you remember, the city of Venice says a no-swim advisory put in place on Monday had been lifted at its beaches. Researchers finished a necropsy on the sperm whale that beached itself early Sunday. The animal's carcass was towed about 15 miles offshore yesterday before it sank to the ocean floor, where it will serve as nourishment and habitat for marine life. And part of the reason for the no-swim advisory was because of that necropsy. There was a lot of blood in the water.
Oh, really?
And they were worried about it attracting a lot of sharks.
The funny thing is I was just about to ask that very question. I didn't know if it was like a contaminant in the water that caused the death.
No, they thought, they're doing a necropsy on a 44. Exactly.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a 44-foot sperm whale.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to attract all kind of predators.
For
so
sure.
they wanted to keep people out of the water.
The crabs will be short work with that thing.
Yeah, exactly. They'll take care of it. Thanks for the lunch. All right, speaking of a biter, I don't know if that's true or not, but a traffic stop in Sunny Isles turned chaotic after a Latin singer known as Ceci refused to get out of the car. Do you know who I am? The interaction was captured by a passenger in the car and posted on the social media site Only in Dade. Sunny Isles Beach police arrested 32-year-old Cecilia Mercado, who claimed she had diplomatic immunity.
Okay.
And handed a passport, not a license, to the officer. Sunny Isles police issued a statement saying that the video did not show the full incident, and they stand behind the arrest of Mercado for driving with a counterfeit diplomatic tag.
There you go.
I've never considered that as an option.
No, me either.
I don't think we're being creative enough.
Right. I'm a Spanish ambassador. I can do what I want.
Exactly.
The word immunity is getting thrown around a lot these days.
Yeah, officer, you have to understand, I'm a crocodile.
Yeah, there you go.
Federally protected.
Lo siento.
As you walk out the door tonight, just before the sun sets, take a look over toward the East Coast because the Space Coast has a nighttime launch to look forward to. SpaceX plans to launch a Falcon 9 rocket carrying 23 Starlink satellites tonight. Liftoff at the Kennedy Space Center is set for 7:29 p.m. And parents looking for some fun, cheap entertainment for the family over the weekend?
Always.
The countdown is on for the start of the Space Coast State Fair.
Really?
The big event in Brevard County begins on Friday across from the Space Coast Stadium in Vieira.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have live shows, farm animals, rides, fair food, all the good stuff. Tickets for general admission cost $7 whole.
That's right.
$7.
What is this, 98?
Still a great deal. The fair is still a great deal.
It is. And
Right.
and it's family fun.
Right, yeah.
For little kids, you've got the Ferris wheel and the bumper cars for the bigger kids.
And in here in Orlando, you can see a gang mix-up or two.
Nothing but the healthiest food available.
Oh, fried
Sure.
butter. Come on now. Festivities run through March 25th. Okay. Florida man
Uh-oh. Strike one.
is recovering
Strike two.
after getting tapeworm eggs in his brain.
Whoa! It's not very Florida, man.
It's not.
A case report published last week says the 52-year-old patient recently told doctors he'd been suffering from persistent migraines.
Okay.
CT scan found tapeworm eggs festering in the man's brain.
God almighty.
Doctors believe the parasite infestation was caused by the man's habit of eating undercooked bacon.
What? Oh, God.
Which could contain
soggy bacon?
Which could contain which could contain the microscopic eggs of pork tapeworms.
God, who eats that lame-ass, soggy-ass bacon?
That flaccid bacon.
Oh, my God. It's like rubber bands.
Tapeworm head does.
Yeah, no joking. This guy hasn't learned. Man, how much raw bacon do you have to eat to get tapeworms
That's what I'm saying.
in your lid?
That's where the Florida man comes in. This whole time I'm like, oh, man, he just swam in a lake. Oh, it's because he OD'd on uncooked, raw, untempered bacon? Yeah, is that Osceola? You know, like that's...
They know.
They know. He knows.
He knows.
I was so thin as a kid, I thought I had a tapeworm.
Did you really?
I ate through that.
Oh,
yeah.
But I always heard the rumor that that's what supermodels did. Like in the 90s when that heroin chic thing was in.
Yeah, it turned out it was just heroin.
That they
the whole time.
But I did hear that they would swallow a tapeworm egg. So
Yeah, that's so crazy.
I mean, it's one of those ideas, those old wives'
Marilyn
tales.
Manson rib thing.
I guess.
get it.
I guess. So that's not true.
So, no, it's not. But let me ask you a question. Can they eradicate that thing? Do they have meds to run it out of there?
Yes, the case report says the man was treated with anti-parasitic medications and appears to be on the road to recovery.
How do you pass that? Like, is that going to your...
You actually don't want to hear how they... You
Oh,
really,
yeah.
you
Okay,
don't.
let's move on.
Yeah, I'll tell you off.
All right.
But yeah, you don't want to know that.
I mean, I am super curious.
Yeah, but I'm having ramen tonight.
Did they take it out of his face? That's all I want to know.
Oh, God.
No, I don't
is
know.
That all? Is that all you want to know?
Yeah.
Is if they remove it from his nose, eyes, or ears, Ross, or
Google
mouth?
it.
It's in
dude.
his brain.
Seriously, Google it.
Is it brain surgery? Or
Wait.
do they
No,
like...
he was treated with an antiparasitic, so I'm sure while the eggs were there that they were able to
It kills
kill
them,
those.
get
and
them in
then
the bloodstream or whatever?
Exactly, and then pass them out that way, unless it
Or
wiggles
your-
out through his nose.
Through your waist.
Yeah.
Ew.
You can find him in any trash can in Ecuador.
He sounds like a supervillain to me.
Right.
He might take on a hero or two.
All
Oh,
right.
Could you imagine like a supervillain that has tapeworms and stuff coming out of his nose, and they have like dragon heads?
Have you ever seen the mouth of a tapeworm?
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. It looks like a sandworm
It
from
looks-
from Dune 2.
It does.
That's exactly what they look like.
It really does.
It's like a straight up death machine, microscopic death machine.
Yeah, exactly. They're
All right.
some
Let's move on.
gnarly
Yeah.
beasts. All right, who's in the mood for barbecue?
Me. Starving.
You want to cook?
I had a barbecue last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, a Tampa Bay barbecue restaurant has been named the best in Florida.
Really?
Southern Living magazine, and you would think with a name like that, they would know, recently released the results of its online survey naming the best barbecue in the South. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
The South.
Right.
That's not just in Florida.
Right.
All those states they just pissed off. Big John's Alabama Barbecue off North 40th Street in Tampa took the #1 spot for the entire Sunshine State. The family-run business has been a staple in that community since 1968.
Good for them. That's awesome.
Big John's Alabama
A
Barbecue.
little confusing with it being here in Florida, though, but I get it.
I don't like when Tampa wins stuff.
I don't
know
either.
What, you know what sucks?
What?
They do it all the time.
Yeah.
They win.
They get a little time on us, dog. They get a little bit on us.
Whatever.
I agree with that. I hate them.
Still a fun trip, though.
Yeah, it is still a great trip.
It's
I mean,
a
I like
great
going
trip.
over there.
I don't remember anything that happens in Tampa, but I'm always walking away going like, "Oh, that was a blast." Watch the needle.
Damn it, we need that speed train.
Needle on the ground.
I know, we definitely need that. Last time I was in Ybor City, I walked around with some guy had brought his huge his boa constrictor out there to take pictures with tourists.
Oh, Really? yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure, you can
That's
put
a
your
look-
snake around my neck.
That's a look at me, guy. Hey, look
You
what
want-
I got. Look at me.
Capture the snake neck thing if you don't mind. We'll use that a little bit later. Let's get out of here. See you guys next week.
And then finally, the newly picked head of New Orleans police is painting a pretty bleak picture of the department's headquarters.
What a job.
Can you
what
imagine?
a job to be the man. Have you ever been to New Orleans? You just can't imagine what that department must look like and feel like.
Well, it's an aging infrastructure,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
An
yeah.
aging building. They're dealing with heavy mold, but that's not all. Chief Ann Kirkpatrick says rats have invaded their evidence room and have eaten all the marijuana.
Oh, really?
It sounds like me in middle school. Those rats.
It's either that or Officer Stan, who never makes it to an appointment on time.
Well, she told City Council that on a visit, she noticed all the rodents seemed to be high. Police leadership is pleading for funding to move the department to a new location. One idea that's being discussed are a few floors of a high-rise across from the Caesars Superdome.
Jesus, I bet.
So, is it possible that maybe that evidence walked and they say, oh, rats ate it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, it's either the rats or one of those officers has a really nice new car.
Well, that.
Or B, is it possible that, never mind.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I can't get the image now that they have to arrest those rats.
Well, they said that the visitors, the vermin visitors, leave little calling cards like they're droppings on officers' desks.
Oh man, that's great.
If you were convicted,
exactly.
of a marijuana-related crime,
trafficking,
could you now appeal it and say, "Hey, you have no evidence"?
Oh yeah,
you have no evidence. I mean, if exactly, I mean, if you were busted for trafficking marijuana and the rodents have eaten half of it, can you still be busted for trafficking?
I mean, you have to assume in New Orleans. I mean, I've been in New Orleans a couple times. There's a little bit of weed in New Orleans. You have to assume it's so much marijuana, it's inconceivable that a group of rats at any size could do that. I'm not kidding. Like every block is like, 4 or 5 dudes just chilling on a corner smoking what seems to be an old paper towel inside size joint and passing it. It looks like a baton. It looks like something you'd pass at the Olympics. And I just can't imagine you could lose that much weed and everybody just kind of, and that dawn on you, just like out of nowhere, enter the evidence locker and just have multiple tons of weed gone and then just rats sitting around eating Cheerios and hot Cheez-Its.
I want to see video of the high rodents.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I also want to float out the theory that this might just be a specific New Orleans rat thing. Like, I don't know if all rats are just running through quaps in a police department.
Yeah.
Might be a New Orleans thing. I think those are those Lil Wayne rats.
Yeah, exactly. Those Birdman rats.
Birdman rats. And either way, now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. The fattest cities in the U.S.? I'll tell you who it is. We'll do it right after this.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Wednesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this Wednesday. We are expecting a good amount of sunshine with only a few passing clouds for your Wednesday afternoon. Expecting high temperature of 82 degrees in Orlando. We'll warm to the mid 80s all the way through the end of the week with a high of 87 for Friday. Even into Saturday, high temperatures approaching the upper 80s and eventually with a high of 90 degrees for Sunday, increasing rain and storm chances for Monday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Whenever you need us, just reach out and we'll be there with more locations, more experts, and more resources to deliver the healthcare you need to comfort you and make you feel your best. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Man, here we go with rebathmidfla.com. That is where you get the bathroom of your dreams. And if you do have one of those bathrooms in your home, and it doesn't matter which one, it could be the master bath, it could be the guest bath. But if it's that guest bathroom, you know what happens, man. It makes it so embarrassing to have friends or family over for special events. I know everybody's graduating right now, but in the fall, Thanksgiving will be here. And all those events, you got to go to your brothers, maybe your moms, because your bathroom is so embarrassing. You just don't want to have anybody over. But that can change. Rebath of Mid-Florida can do that for you, man. And they can do it for you with incredible products. Natural stone like travertine and marble, all those beautiful colors, that's available. All those trendy things you see on television and in the magazines, they can do it. Daryl Payne just showed me the 2 bathrooms he got from Rebath. Amazing stuff. They control the entire job. Their employees. They do it in 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And the products you can even see beforehand. Just visit the showroom, 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. Very easy to find. You can take their design team, your ideas, their products, and next thing you know, you have a beautiful bathroom. When they install it, you're all set. This happens every day with these guys. Log on today. Look at the before and afters, and then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
iHeartMedia.com.
The winners are in from our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Best Comedy Podcast, This is Important. Best Health and Wellness Podcast, On Purpose with Jay Shetty. Best Sports Podcast, Club Shay Shay. Best Crime Podcast, Crime Junkie. And Podcast of the Year, New Heights.
Congratulations to all the winners we honored.
Hear these 2024 iHeart Podcast Award winners anytime on the free iHeart Radio app.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0 down and 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Frank Gay has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with a tune-up for only $89 for a limited time. Friendly, speedy, and expert service. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Orlando Magic Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and of course mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Visit alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Tax time means a much-needed cash bonus for many people. But for business owners, it can mean the opposite. Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill, Mitsubishi in DeLand. My accountant said I need to reduce my tax burden now. So I'm going to overpay for your old car because I'd rather give you the money than the government. Get up to $4,297 more for your old car than it's actually worth. No matter where you bought the car, no matter how many miles are on it. It's simple. Trade in your old car you hate driving and get a new car today like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. That means most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. RC Hill Mitsubishi specializes in approving customers with below average credit scores. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. This month, my prices will not be beat. This sale ends when my accountant says enough is enough. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and now in Ocala. Or visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. aspireallergy.com and tackle your allergies head on.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations like 24/7 Comedy.
If they were really donut holes, the bag would be empty.
When you need to laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search Comedy.
Should we call someone? I'm like, no, that's his face.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie. Now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. Right now, spend $20 on select Armor All car care products and get $5 back after rebate. Plus, get 3 times O Rewards points on select Seafoam products, which means you can reach your next $5 reward even faster. Visit your new O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi.
And Ross as well. Hi. It's like, hi. Hi, Dudley Dudley.
I waved.
All right, the fattest cities in America. Before we get into this, I mean, it's just really this entire thing just to find out where Orlando falls. And it is on the list, by the way.
It is?
Yes,
How
it
deep
is.
does the list go?
Well, I'm going to tell you that, Jack.
Okay.
Let's say just right off the bat, let's just kind of get a number out of the way here. Obesity-related medical treatments cost about how much per year here in the U.S.? Altogether, all states, obesity-related medical treatments. I guess that would include your lap band, all that stuff,
But obesity-related, what about like heart disease based on poor diet and the person's obese? So is that obesity related?
I guess it could be, Jack. I mean, it may, because this number kind of leads me to believe that it's something.
Okay, then I'll go $20 billion.
I was going to go $52 billion.
I was going to go 45.
Yeah, $190 billion.
Oh.
$190 billion. $190 billion.
And it's expensive.
It is expensive. So, out of curiosity, I mean, and the irony of this is not really irony at all, because this is, studies have really shown this for many, many years. Where do you think predominantly the most unhealthy or the fattest cities reside? What portion of the country?
I'm going to go the South.
South.
Yeah, it's the South by far.
Oh, right.
It's not even close.
It's where all the butter is.
Let me tell you
It drains to the bottom.
Wait, no. The butter comes from my homeland, America's Dairyland.
And it drains down and it ends up... Florida is the grease trap of the United States.
Yeah. It's the appendix.
The skid mark.
Okay. Easy. We stopped short of that.
Okay, my bad.
Well, let me ask you a question before we get into this. Is Oklahoma considered a southern state? It's a borderline, right? It's like a Midwest.
I think of it more of a western state.
Midwest, Western. Okay, good. Then that means Ohio definitely not a southern state, though, right?
No,
that's a Rust Belt kind of thing, right?
I would consider that Midwest.
Okay, yeah.
Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois.
I would say that if you looked at the percentage here, that it's got to be a good 65 or 70% of the fattest cities in the U.S. reside in the South. McAllen, Texas is number one.
Really?
Yeah. You want to take a shot at the top 10 here? And let me give you an idea. One state alone has 1, 2, I think 3 in here. Yeah, 3.
3 chins?
3 chins in this one state in the top 10.
Mississippi.
No.
Alabama.
Mississippi, by the way, is number 2 with Jackson. Jackson, Mississippi is the second fattest state in the U.S.
After McAllen, Texas.
Wouldn't call it South, but so we're going just cities.
Yeah. I mean, big cities in the South. Just
Tuscaloosa.
Alabama is not on there, but here you go. Shreveport, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama, Little Rock, Knoxville, Memphis, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, Chattanooga, Birmingham. Get the idea?
Yeah.
Right. It's all cities in the South. Where do you think little old bitty Orlando, Florida, where do you think it falls? I'll give you an example. I won't tell you where on the list, but it's between Spokane and Tucson. So
46.
Okay, 46. Deb, what do you think?
52nd.
What do you think, Jack?
37.
Who's the highest?
Deb.
You win 71st.
Oh, wow.
Go Orlando, right? This is good news.
Yeah,
this is why I pulled the story. 71st.
All right, Orlando.
Oh, man, we're less fat than Anchorage, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Vegas, Virginia, Charlotte, or Virginia Beach, Charlotte, Kansas City. Look, man, we're in good shape.
Those dumps.
And the funny thing is we're fatter than Tampa. Tampa comes in at 76, and fatter than Jacksonville. Of all the places I thought that would beat or win Florida, I thought Jacksonville for sure.
But all those military up there, all that Navy.
That's a good point.
They're fit.
Yeah.
Tampa
and the smell of the burning paper mill makes you lose your appetite.
Kills your appetite, right?
Yeah.
But that one Hooters, really busy. 76 is Tampa, 81 is Jacksonville. Miami comes in at 83rd. New York City, 88. So the cities where you have to walk a bunch, they do quite well. That's why a lot of those other big urban areas where you almost can't own a car, because it's just too expensive in order to park the damn thing. They do quite well.
I enjoy a good walk. I don't mind getting my steps in.
I used to really get irritated with walking. Not my favorite thing to do. But my wife started doing this joke. Does your wife do this stuff, by the way? Anybody's spouse do this? She knows that I have a weird penchant for finding close parking spaces. So she will literally see one in the parking lot, pull into that aisle where the parking space will be open, drive right past it to the very last parking space in the entire parking lot and park there, and we walk into the store.
She cares about you.
Deb's face doesn't show that it cares.
It
seems a little bit more sadistic than that.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what it was. She's like, wait, she goes, walking is good for you. You should walk. And I go, well, this is the only way to get me to do it. Or I'm just not going into the store. Leave the key here. It's one of those two.
Big fan. You're supposed to get 10,000 steps. That's a lot.
Yeah, I can't get 10,000. I can. I just don't. I don't get 10,000. My day does not require 10,000 steps, unfortunately.
That's what I love, though, about traveling to places like New York City, where you can literally eat all the street hot dogs and pizza that you want and still lose weight because it's just easier to walk.
That's what Caitlin said about Ecuador. She said that she has eaten so much food, but she can't gain a pound. Matter of fact, she's lost weight. One thing, you're walking everywhere, and the food's not just ladled in butter and fat and salt. So it's good for you.
Without going on a 5K run, working here, doing what we do, you're lucky if you break 3,000 steps.
Oh yeah, no chance.
Yeah, I'd have to heavily exercise just to get close to that 10,000.
Yeah, because you walk. Again, I've been taking the stairs, so I don't know what that represents for steps wise. It's not many, but to walk from the parking lot to the elevator, what was that? 200 feet. And that's it? You walk from your car to your house to your car?
I've had days under 2,000.
Oh, yeah. I've probably had that. Good. I've had days way under that.
That's why I had a stand-up desk for a while, and it felt like, oh, that'll fix it.
Yeah, no. Hey, do you get credit for steps just for standing, or do you have to move? Now, hold on. I know that sounds ridiculous.
I thought I was the millennial here.
I know that sounds ridiculous, but do they give you credit for just constantly holding up your body weight as if it's a step? Do you feel me?
I think so, but when you're standing, you're sometimes you can be moving around real easy. I'm doing it now. You're just shifting.
Jack showcase. Look how skinny Jack is.
That's not a shift. That's a sachet.
Yeah. That's a rock, Jack.
That's a rock.
You have a nervous rock?
Yeah, that's also an interesting camera angle.
And that's a Napoleon Dynamite move you're sporting there too, doll.
There you go. Get your dollars out, ladies.
That stance. You see how he stood right there?
That was dad stripper. So hands in the pocket,
that's
still the hip thrust.
That's the stance you take when you're telling the
guy
what.
There you go, Jack. Give us the dad stripper.
That's the stance you take when you're telling the guy what besides bowling shoe you wear.
Yeah, hands in the pocket.
Yeah, 11, but I'll try the 10 and a half.
Yeah, unfortunately, your mic won't stay up.
It looks like you're waiting for Brittany Smith to ask you for that dance.
Hey, Brittany.
Brittany Smith, made up name. Just throwing that out there. Not a real person.
Maybe check Ross's Facebook. See who he's friends with.
Maybe it was.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Animal House next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
In 3 days, the News Junkies Just OK 8, presented by Mills Air and JustCallMo.com. This Saturday at the Plaza Live. Get your tickets now at realradio.fm/JustOK.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Drivers can expect heavy traffic east and westbound on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling between the Beach Line and 535, as well as between US 27 and the 429. No major delays to report for those taking Florida's Turnpike north or southbound today. Traffic looks great in both directions on the 408. If you do see any traffic problems today, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Man, you want your house to feel amazing. You want it to look amazing. You want it to be worth more immediately. FAS Windows and Doors. That stands for Father and Son. This is an awesome company, but it's doing it right in Orlando for many, many years. They have the largest window and door showroom in all of Central Florida, and that allows you to look at 38 unique windows to figure out exactly what speaks to you, have them installed by their pros, and then your life is going to be way better. By the way, these windows and doors were built with impact-resistant glass. That's security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. They have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors, important in this state. They always give you plenty of estimates. They're always free, and all these products have a lifetime warranty. And by the way, you can act right now and receive $55 per window and $95 per door rebates. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Financing is available as well. But let me tell you something, man. When you get these windows installed, 2 homes for me with FAS Windows and Doors, the sound is unbelievable. It's so quiet. It's so peaceful. Your house feels better. The humidity drops immediately. Your AC works less, which means it lasts longer. And, of course, your power bills drop as well. Simply amazing service. Great people. You're going to love doing business with them. Book your appointment today. It's FASWD.com.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's 2 largest bridal designers this weekend. Tacori and Verragio are here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tacori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tacori or Verragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening this Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Hello, America. It's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you don't have Consumer Cellular yet, now is the perfect time to switch and save. For a limited time, new customers can get wireless service for as low as $15 a month for your first year. Yep, the same exact nationwide coverage as the leading carriers for $15 a month for an entire year. What are you waiting for? Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and use code RADIO15.
See consumercellular.com/firstyear15 for promotional details.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes 1 phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Don't miss TK Law. Trendley Kramer Law calls every Monday at 6:20 on The Jim Colbert Show. Ray Trendley and the Colbert crew will be discussing all things law and not law on a variety of topics, from the latest legal news to the best new movies.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with millsair.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on millsair.com.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Deb has Animal House.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
And Animal House is generously brought to you by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. Well, that was not very graceful.
No, that's fine.
But I landed the spot.
Good job.
This week, we'll tell you how you can get in touch with Glenn at the end of the segment. But now, please join me in welcoming Angie and CG from the Humane Society of Lake County. Yay, woohoo! How you guys doing?
We are great. How are you?
Oh, glad I actually made the chair.
It was close, Deb.
It was very close. Trying to rearrange your camera and everything else.
Yeah, before we even get started, I loved already hearing language about Suds, Pups, and Pints 2024.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love already hearing that because I know that we worked with these guys before. They were instrumental in allowing us to make that happen. And, you know, when you come in talking about the permits that are already pulled, so we're already looking forward to this fall for Suds, Pups, and Pints Dose.
Yes, it's set for September 21st.
September 21st, yes, ma'am.
Same location.
Yep.
Sunset Park, right in the heart of Mount Dora.
It's going to be great.
And we have we already have some big things in place.
Yeah, we're super excited.
Yeah, we're super excited.
It's going to be really good.
Double the footprint of last year.
Hopefully watch like twice as many dogs, like 200 this year.
Exactly.
Stop. Just stop.
Make you that much more money.
Stop,
right?
you evil woman. Will you please stop?
Why? That photo of you washing that small dog was...
That was amazing.
We did well last year, too. It was nice to raise
really
a bunch
good,
of money
really
and do a good job. And it was a lot of fun. I think people will be really excited about 2024. Suds, Pups, and Pints was a great success. And I know that you guys are adding bigger and better stuff, so we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, because, you know, again, for anyone who lives out in the Lake County area and you've ever had the chance to visit your shelter out there, it's you guys run a really sweet operation. It's small, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So you need all the support that you can get.
Yes, absolutely.
We need a big for that damn dog you brought in here. My God, that thing's like a torpedo with a face.
I know. I wish we could get her to jump up on the counter. Can we get her to jump up on
Don't. The counter can't take it. That thing weighs... What
yes,
is that?
You can.
That is a meat missile.
Yeah.
She's literally pulling Angie around in the chair.
She would be horrifying if you saw her in the wild, but she comes in here, and the only thing that would really hurt you is how hard she's wagging her tail because of how excited she is to be at her. She's a sweetheart.
She's awesome. She's 3 years old. She's about 75 pounds.
Yeah.
It's you can tell.
She's got some tuggability in her, does she not?
Has some huge feet.
Is she just your dog, or is she one of the dogs that...
She's available to adopt.
Wow, really?
Yep.
She is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
And so well-mannered.
She's good with kids, cats, everything.
Yeah.
We had her in the parade, and she was just amazing. She just wanted to run up to everybody, all the dogs.
Wow.
Cats running loose here. She's just like, yeah, hey.
Yeah, we do. We have Icicle, right? CG, that's your cat?
Yeah, the shelter's cat. He's hanging out on the floor now.
See, and he's hanging out
All
with
right.
Gracie, and they're perfectly fine.
Yeah, they met a couple hours ago, actually.
And already hooking up.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Hey,
That interspecies love, man.
Gracie just sniffed her up and said, "It's cool. Let's go."
we're out of here.
And look, she ain't small herself.
No.
You guys must hit Second Shake beforehand or something, because let me tell you, she's a big cat.
Yeah, he's about 18 pounds.
He's 18 pounds.
18 pounds.
Look at
He's
him.
got beautiful coloring. And how old is he?
He's 11.
Okay, so but they're both available for adoption, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Swipe right. Swipe right on these pets.
What's the website?
It's humanelake.com.
HumaneLake.com. Very good.
Have you guys been real busy this spring? I know generally this is like puppy and kitten season, especially kitten season. Are you getting an influx of kittens?
Not too badly right now. Don't want to jinx ourselves, but
Right.
it's not terrible.
It's manageable still. Yeah. And then I know you guys have some fun events coming up, and I want to get to them real quick. But first, I just want to ask you, Angie, to just let go of the console and just see where Gracie can take you.
Don't.
I
Don't
think
do
that
it.
would be fun. If you're
Don't do
watching
I'll
us
be
on
over there by
YouTube,
Jim.
you know, let it just happen. Let it just happen.
Oh my God,
Just
man.
let it flow, Angie.
Sounds like an assault.
But I know you have a trivia night coming up, and do you still
Yes.
have tables available for your trivia night?
We have, what, 2.5?
2.5. Yep.
All right.
Where does that happen?
That is at the community center in Eustis.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We do it. This is our, fourth year, Siege?
I believe so, 4th or 5th.
Yep.
And then where do folks go to sign up? Do they need a team? Can they come in as an individual?
We have half tables and full tables.
So
See,
either 4 or 8 people.
4 or 8 people.
Oh, that's cool.
Jimmy, you should get a party together. Trivia is your bomb.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It is a lot
Is
of
it
fun.
animal trivia?
It's a mixture.
Oh,
And then
that's
we
good.
have a big silent auction. And
Really?
Yeah.
When does this happen?
It is March 23rd.
Really?
At the
Well, that
Eustis
sounds-
Community
That
Building.
sounds fun. I may have to slide up there.
Yeah. Sign up online.
Very nice.
Look at CG's not even going to give you any breaks right there. Sign up online,
Sign up
Jim.
online, hey.
I may be sitting right across from you and not impressed.
She's like, I hope you're not leaning on me for help here. You'll get none. I was just looking at the website, and you have a beautiful cat here. I mean, this domestic long hair named Izzy.
Oh, you guys.
It is a beautiful cat. Look
Jim's
at that
in
kid.
cat
Beautiful
mode.
cat.
Tell him again, Jack.
Jim's in cat mode.
He's
Oh, we
Yeah.
can help you.
We're sitting.
He's in heat.
This morning,
He's not lying.
This morning, I sprayed the wall twice.
I wonder what that smell was in here, Jim.
Yeah, once here, once here.
Smell of dominance.
Oh, Lord.
It's the smell of provider.
Smells like Shaq in here.
You're going to kill Angie.
But I am cat sitting, and I have to tell you, I have found a fondness for this cat that we're sitting, and for no good reason. The cat scratched me on the neck already, but their sensibilities are very interesting, and watching them just kind of roll through life is therapeutic, is it not?
Yeah.
Because they do not care about you.
No.
I mean, and they make no bones about it. They
Some
do not care.
Yeah, they do.
They would tell you to your face, if this place burns down and I can get out, I will get out and then watch you burn from the outside.
Okay, yeah, he has been
That's
cat
the
sitting.
feeling.
Yeah,
But-
he has been cat
But
sitting.
Izzy looks really, really cool. Very beautiful cat.
She is.
And I love the fact that you guys give all the information, like, obviously this cat here, not good with other cats. And I like that you put that up there. I think sometimes transparency can get lost when it comes to getting a pet. And sometimes, you get into a situation where you just want to do a good thing. And then you get saddled with an animal that has maybe an issue with something that conflicts with your household. I mean, does that happen often for you guys?
Not really. We're a smaller shelter, so we really know, if our animals are good with other animals, dogs, cats. We don't have a lot of kids. We have a couple kid volunteers that come out.
Yeah, but we really believe in honesty because
Yeah.
it's going to come back and bite you either way. Like, if we're not honest with you, you're going
Yeah.
to find out when you get them home.
And can I tell you, I guess the word gets out pretty quickly, and
Yeah.
it's such a small family. I'm guessing any specific discipline like this, you guys probably know other people from other shelters
Yeah.
or rescues and stuff like that. It's a small family, so the last thing you want is the word getting out that you do something squirrely like that.
And why would you want to put the animal or the people
Right.
through that?
Yeah,
You
don't
want
to.
everything to be a good, you want it to be a great adoption. You want the animal to be happy. You want the people to be happy with their choice. So you just try to find, they might come in looking for one particular animal, and with their needs, you might be like, you know what, hang on, look at this one. This one might suit you better.
And that's where, Jimmy, before you get a cat, they have a really great cat room that kind of lets you
the
see
kitty cottage.
the kitty cottage, where you get to see.
Show respect, Deb. It's the kitty cottage.
I'm sorry. Please
Sorry.
forgive me, Angie.
Get it
Strike
straight,
one.
Deb.
CJ, I'm sorry. Thank you.
How much was it?
Vlog me later.
How much do you think on the black market a still photo of me walking into the kitty cottage is worth?
A lot.
The black market. I've got it. They hold it under a coat like it's a
Can you
stolen watch.
imagine? Can you imagine him in the kitty cottage sitting on the floor covered in kittens?
I could.
That's at least $1,000
awesome.
a
You
photo.
cannot.
It's my favorite place. I love it. If
Really?
I'm having a stressful day, I just go out there for a little bit, hang out, decompress.
Right.
But it's a
Yeah.
great place to adopt because there's other sitting areas outside. So if you're planning to get a dog, the family can take that dog out into the sitting area. There's some benches where everyone can take a seat.
Yeah.
Get the dog away from the shelter experience and maybe get a chance to kind of get a glimpse at their truer personality.
Yeah.
So, you know, our small rescue group, all of our rescue groups have had a rough couple of years. So anytime we can help these guys, and as someone who will be living in Lake County, you know, you want to do your best to help your neighbors. So
Maybe so.
yeah,
How many cats?
Don't be so enthusiastic, Jim.
they have a lot of cats.
But how many cats are in the cottage?
Oh,
Right now, so we're actually kind of low. So right now,
Really?
it's probably only about 6, including Icicle. He hangs
Oh.
out there.
Oh,
Wow.
But
I see what you
Icicle's
did
the
there.
size of 3, so it's, it's
he
like
has
9.
beautiful coloring though.
Right.
He
He's
has,
just chilling right there.
made
He's
himself
like, I don't
happy.
care. I'm just making myself at home.
which is a great pet for a senior who may be just lonely but doesn't want to have a lot of upkeep. You know.
And let me ask you, it's interesting. You know, there are designations here, but when you get a pet, I mean, what if you live rurally and you're looking for like an outside cat or an outside dog? Are all the pets that you adopt out specifically meant to be like indoor animals?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And I think it's important to say that because when you live rurally, I mean, we live out
Yeah.
rurally. You guys are rural, so people in those areas don't mind having a dog that stays outside, lives on the
Right.
porch or whatever, or a cat that does that, just kind of roams the property. But I didn't know if that was a design specific thing from you guys.
Yeah, no, we're specific about, you know, if people want a barn cat, we don't have barn cats or outside cats.
Oh, barn cats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Or
barn-
even an outside cat, you know, if they want an inside outdoor cat, we just don't do that. There's too many things out there that can hurt them.
right,
Yeah.
and that they can also hurt as
Yeah.
well.
You don't sell hybrids. They're not indoor, outdoor.
It's all gas.
It's all gas.
All gas.
Yes.
No EV.
Speaking of that, with a little bit of time that we have left, if folks can't go to your trivia night on March 23rd at the Eustis Community Center and they love a good bike ride, there's an event coming up in April that they
Yes.
can do, and it's all pedal power. What's that? What's that event?
That is Lake Glass and Mirror reached out to us, and they want to do this fundraiser for us. And it's going to be in Ocala. I can't remember the name of the trail.
It is at the Santos
Yes.
Trailhead.
Yes.
30-mile paved trail ride.
Yes.
Ooh, Jack, that would be a great one for you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I love you talking Jack into a 30-mile ride. That's why keep doing it. Please, that's my
hey,
favorite
no,
thing.
that's a good time. April 20th, right?
I have to wear the padded
that'll
shorts
be April
for that one.
20th.
You know, it's going to be great
I
for
have
you,
the
Jack.
padded shorts for you.
I have my own, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Bad rag, I'll take them.
Okay.
You could fit in them, skinny.
I could turn those around on eBay real fast.
Come on.
Just tuck in the photo of Jimmy in the
Come
kitty
on.
cottage.
Come on.
How much are tickets for the Pedal for Paws?
I believe they're $30.
$30.
Okay, cool. So, and all that information is available at humanelake.org?
HumaneLake.com.
.com, sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
humanelake.com, where they
Yep.
can get tickets for both the trivia night as well as Pedal for Paws, the bike
They can
ride?
sign up on the Pedal for Paws online.
Okay.
I like the fact that this cat is just laid up like Cleopatra over there right behind us.
Is that where
feel
he's
like I feel like I should be feeding this thing grapes.
He's been there the whole time.
Or bringing in Leia to let It's like Jabba the cat just laying up there with his big fat gut hanging out, judging all of us. Look at him. Fat ass.
It's Jim in cat form.
He's adorable, though.
He is adorable. He's a great-looking
Gracie's
cat.
just laying there like, yeah, okay.
He's getting a straight-up photo shoot right
Which
now.
is good to see because as a 3-year-old, she's super, super excited. But
Yeah.
it's good to see that she can also
She can chill.
she can chill as well without having to, drop anything in her food or anything.
Well, if you're interested in any of this stuff or adoptions, they have all of these guys online, humanelake.com. That's humanelake.com.
And then, of course, I'll be posting all of the information later on tonight for the Animal House podcast. Angie, I forget how much I miss your laugh
No joke.
until you come in, and then I'm like, man,
Well, thank you.
It's so good.
it is. It is.
We need 100,000 of you.
It's party ant.
It is. It is. You're right.
And then you need to set Jimmy up with Izzy,
Yes.
the long-haired, what did you say, long-haired domestic?
Yeah, it's a long-haired domestic. Beautiful cat. It's close to, it looked kind of like a Maine Coon. It's a little Maine Coon action in there.
Wow, listen to him
Yeah.
talking
Oh,
cat breeds.
wow.
I
I
almost
know.
feel like I
Look
don't
at
know where
you.
I'm at.
All
I know
versed in
one.
cats
I'm not
now.
like writing a book tomorrow. Get out of here.
Thank you, Angie and Nick CG. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Gracie and Icicle from the Humane Society of Lake County. And as always,
guys.
Animal House is brought to you by Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. So if you've been in a car accident, a motorcycle accident, maybe even a slipper fall, this is why you need to call Glenn. He's never going to pass you off to a caseworker. Glenn is going to personally handle your case. So much so he's going to give you a cell phone number and then pick it up when you call. Just a couple of reasons why year after year, including this year, he's voted super lawyer and legal elite, but he's also an animal lover and a true friend of the show. So again, any kind of an accident, give him a call, 407-917-1718, or check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
When's the last time you had the touch of a woman, if you know what I mean? Like with
Seriously.
when's the last time?
No hookers.
Yeah, without a hooker. Like,
a lady of the night does not count.
The lovely touch of a woman, how long's it been?
A masseuse does not count.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound on the interstate. Looking at major delays by the attractions exits as well as through downtown. A crash is currently blocking 2 left lanes westbound on 436 this afternoon between Oxford Road and Redbug Lake Road. If you happen to see any other traffic problems in the Orlando area this afternoon, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Guys, let me tell you something. If you are looking for a new bathroom, my friends over at Rebath Mid-Florida are ready to help you out. And before you get twisted, these guys are so good at what they do. 4 to 6 days. That's the time it takes to get a new bathroom in your house. It only takes a few minutes to go into the showroom and find the products that you love and then start working with their design team to come up with something that you're really going to love. And then when again, they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Let me tell you something else too. You know, when you get to get Rebath to get to your job, you're going to notice one thing. The professionalism is right there. All you have to do is go online and Google these guys. So many 5-star reviews. And if you're worried about integrity, a lot of people do when it comes to the construction world, and that's understood. These guys have what you need. You know the blue and the orange stores, the ones that deal with DIY stuff all the time? You know what I'm talking about. Rebath installs their bathrooms for them. So, of course, if those guys can trust Rebath, you can as well. Log onto the website, look at the before and afters, man, and see what they've done for actual customers. Simply amazing stuff. Or visit the showroom, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Super easy to find. You're going to love working with Rebath. You're going to love your new bathroom. Book it today. It's rebathmidfla.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo Goulet, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain the same or similar results.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's 2 largest bridal designers this weekend. Tacori and Verragio are here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tacori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tacori or Verragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy them matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening this Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Tax time means a much-needed cash bonus for many people. But for business owners, it can mean the opposite. Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill, Mitsubishi in DeLand. My accountant said I need to reduce my tax burden now, so I'm going to overpay for your old car because I'd rather give you the money than the government. Get up to $4,297 more for your old car than it's actually worth. No matter where you bought the car, no matter how many miles are on it. It's simple. Trade in your old car you hate driving and get a new car today, like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. That means most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. RC Hill Mitsubishi specializes in approving customers with below average credit scores. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. This month, my prices will not be beat. This sale ends when my accountant says enough is enough. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and now in Ocala. Or visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle down. We surrender.
Women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
If it wasn't for all my 4 dogs and all the dogs I've had all my life, I've walked them every day of my life. I would have never have walked. But try walking next to Jack Bradshaw one time. My God, this guy, Mr. Stride, unbelievable. There's no way, Jimmy, there's no way you could walk with Jack. No way.
Disagree.
Yeah. Hard disagree, dog.
You also are a fast walker.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it is, yeah.
I think you and I walk at the same pace.
Yeah, we get going. I do not.
Drives my wife nuts.
Oh, my whole family. My whole family. And then my kids got it, and my kids are with their friends, and their friends are like, why are you walking so fast? And I'm like, my dad told me to always walk with purpose.
There you go.
That's exactly what I told him. I said, I walk with purpose.
I just want to get there.
Exactly. That's all it is for me, too. I'm trying to get faster to the seat. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Ross, I have a story for you.
Ooh, I love stories.
I'm all ears.
This is a good one here. Okay, so, and, I don't know that you'll deal with much of this. I really don't, because I kind of know the players involved, and the players don't strike me like this. But for people who have children, who have had kids, I think maybe this may ring a bell. This is the headline to the story. Woman applauded for demanding parents get nose piercings before they can see their granddaughter again. Now, why would you think? I read that story. I was like, my God, that seems unbelievable. Why would you think that a couple would demand that the parents get nose piercings before they see their grandkid again?
I have a theory.
Fire away.
Because those grandparents, the parents of the mother of their granddaughter or grandchild, refused to let her get a nose piercing and it was an issue that she held on to forever. So she's saying, fine, now I have a little authority, a power, leverage. You have to get it if you want to see your grandbaby.
That is such a good guess. That is not the answer, though. That is such a good guess. What do you think, Ross? What do you think this woman says, Mom and Dad, got to get a nose piercing before you can see your granddaughter again?
I don't see
how that could be possible.
In fact, I think
she's applauded for it.
There's some sort of poor leadership somewhere along in this event.
So she has a bad boss.
Well,
this is going to make sense in a minute, I promise.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm struggling to see it.
Okay, good. Deb, any idea why a woman would tell her parents, look, we would love to see the grandkid, no problem whatsoever, but you're going to have to get a nose piercing before you come see the granddaughter again? Why would she say that?
I really thought I nailed that one. I'm pissed.
This is a tough one.
Come on, Deb.
So
We're counting on you.
they have to get blood tests, make sure they're safe to
You
or
know what?
vaccinations.
That's a good guess as well, but I promise you it's way better than all of those guesses.
Really?
Yes. Here is what happened. The grandparents picked up the grandkid for a sitting day.
Oh,
It was going to be great.
Oh, no.
Then the grandparents, without asking the parents, took the baby to get her ears pierced.
Oh, no. No.
And let me tell you, this is more prevalent than you believe. This is way more prevalent than you believe.
Without permission.
Grandparents doing stuff like this without permission. I'm not saying specifically the ear piercing. So of course, the daughter loses her mind because that's a decision mom makes. That's not a decision grandma makes. Grandmas don't make decisions like that. They're not supposed to make decisions like that. That is a not lifelong, but you get the idea.
Well, yeah.
That is an altering decision another human being is making for your child.
Yeah.
Now, even though that's your mom, that does not matter. All that goes out the door. So to turn the tables a little bit, she said, yeah, please come and see the baby. But you better walk in this house with a nose piercing because you did this to my kid with me not wanting it. So I'm going to make you do something that you don't want to do if you plan on seeing this kid again. And people are like giving her the slow 80s clap.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring this up is because, you are about to have a child.
Yep.
You're going to have a little boy. It's going to be great.
A little hermano.
A little hermano.
That's brother, my bad.
Okay, a little
Niño. Mijo.
Yeah.
Mijo or hijo?
Hijo.
Okay, so you're going to...
Niño,
Niño,
hijo.
hijo.
I'm going to stick with baby so we can save the license, but that's fine.
Niño, hijo.
And let me check hijo.
So you're going to have this baby, and again, you don't have a problem like this. Kathy Patch is not going to take this kid and go get a tat.
I don't even think my mom has her ears pierced.
And Care Bear is not going to take this kid and go do something squirrely like that. But could you imagine, though, if Care Bear, right?
Yep.
If she takes the baby to babysit, you guys go off and have a little weekend.
And he comes back circumcised.
It's a little different, but kind of not that different.
No, it's really but and does something like that. Like, a haircut or...
Gets his ears pierced.
Whatever the case may be. I mean, I've seen it. Really the number one thing that I've heard for this situation is haircuts. Grandma doesn't like haircut the kid has. Kid's hair's long. Grandma doesn't believe that the kid's hair should be long.
Yeah.
Takes the kid to get its haircut. Brings kid back home with a high and tight, the old Republican lawmaker.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
The Capcom guile.
Right. The old Deacon 3,
So first of all, I think in that first example that you said, I think both of them are wrong. I think that's super petty. You can have a conversation, but now you're preventing your grandparents from meeting your kid. I'm not saying that the grandparents didn't drop the ball. They messed up too, but I don't know. I wouldn't fight fire with that type of fire.
Right,
I just think that makes the situation worse. Have that conversation, be an adult, a mature individual, and express that that's not okay, and then hope that it doesn't happen again. That's all we can do, but haircuts, pretty sure I'm going to be down with that every single time. If I come home and the kid and my son has a haircut.
What about a mohawk?
I mean, I look at all of that as I know it's temporary.
Yeah.
Circumcision, Deb's very graphic and aggressive example. That's definitely that's off the table.
But listen, regardless of whether you like it or not, that's really kind of beyond the point, actually. Whether you like it or not, whether you're cool with the haircut, the fact that somebody chose to alter your child's appearance or whatever without your permission.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
If it's permanent, I'm flipping a wig.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if it's a haircut, I'm going to be like, just wait a month, it'll go away, or it'll grow back out.
Do you admonish at all? Do you go, hey, look, man, you know, I would really prefer if you let us choose what haircuts the kids have. If you don't like the haircuts, just maybe something you're going to have to deal with. This is our child. Or do you say something like that, or do you just kind of let it fly?
I would
How
say-
many times does it have to happen before you say something?
I got to see the haircut.
Yeah.
You know, if the haircut is not good, then we're going to have to talk. But if the haircut's good, then I'm like, another thing off the list.
So, and I'm not trying to chastise you here, I promise. So you would have no problem with your mother-in-law doing anything like that to your kid as long as it doesn't alter the kid's permanent situation. Like you're cool with her like rolling the dice with style and just making those choices on her own?
Yeah, I mean, thus far.
You think your wife feels the same way?
I trust her. I mean, she's also a hairdresser.
Yeah, I get that.
You
That's
know,
fine.
she
yeah.
cuts hair. I'm trying to not put that little variable in this equation. But as long as the haircuts are good, I'm not going to,
You think Olivia feels the same way about that?
I think so.
Yeah, you think so?
I feel confident. I feel that she really believes in her mom in the sense of a glamma, because that's what we call her.
Jack, you have to deal with this ever?
No.
Didn't your mom never interfere with any of the kids, everything like that? Never made any, nothing like that, huh?
No.
Is that a Catholic thing, by the way? I don't know.
No, I think that might be more of an age thing
Yeah.
or just my mom's personality thing. But,
Just
you know, my mom was
never intrusive like that.
Retired already. I mean, working, but always working, and but not that kind of, you know, I'll watch the kid. I mean, they babysat a couple times, but there was never, let's go take you out and do all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's just sit there and be quiet kind of deal.
we never had to worry about that, but there was a situation where, because I was on the air, and the show was getting played for my kids while they were being babysat because the person babysitting was a big fan.
Right.
And had to say a couple things then, but, that was resolved pretty quickly and, painlessly.
A texter is coming at me saying, if your daughter had hair to her mid-back and come home with a buzz cut, you'd be okay? And he says, good luck, Ross. Better set expectations early, bro.
He's got a point. I mean, we've only mentioned because you have a boy, but I mean, I don't know that you're gonna have a girl. But I mean, if the same thing with the girl, she has beautiful hair, grandma doesn't like it, decides she wants to cut some off, maybe she look better in a bob.
Yeah, it would have to be like dramatically bad and to the point of obvious malice.
Right.
Like the intention was to make this child look bad.
Right.
But that's where I would be like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
This is awful, please. And even off the first time, I would have that conversation. If I didn't like the haircut, I would be like, yeah, it's all good. We got it.
Yeah,
it's funny how many texters are coming in about that, though. My mother-in-law cut off all my son's hair off without permission. My mother would take my daughter to cut her hair without my permission. My daughter even told her she hated it.
Yeah, I saw one that is, I can't believe. Like, did you see the one where my grandmother took my child and got it baptized?
Baptism in
Baptism in secret. I mean, for some people that might not mean anything. If you're not, if you're not faith based, it may, so we went for a swim. But if you're faith based and someone, goes out of their way to christen your child without your kind
permission.
of thing, that's I mean, in that world, that would be a gigantic deal.
Oh yeah, that's certainly bigger than a haircut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would be more lenient than most just because I really believe in my mom-in-law. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I think her intentions and what she will be able to provide will be special.
Well, that's the reason I said up front, it's not going to apply to you when it's all said and done because your mother-in-law is freaking awesome.
I got a good squad.
Right.
Now, I'll be honest with you, though. If my mom was like, hey, I got the kid a haircut, I'm going,
This could be anything.
Yeah. and to the texter that says no one should be deciding except the child, I'm like, that's not a parent.
Yeah, no, that's stupid. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not how life works.
Yeah, I'm not going to have my 15-year-old go to school with a bowl cut because he thinks it's funny.
Yeah, I also, what I prioritize so far stepping into fatherhood without being a dad yet is, I don't know, I'm just really focused on values overall in the long run of the first 20 years. I know the first year, The kid's not going to remember. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do my absolute best. But I also know, I think where my strength comes in as a dad happens in the teenage years. I think that will be a specialty for me, while I get to then kind of pull a little bit more of my weight when this little one turns 13.
Yeah, it's going to be sooner than that, boss. It's going to be like, 2, 3, 4 years old. You're going to be bigger than life.
I just look forward.
You're going to be G.I. Joe to that kid.
I look forward to like every single chapter so far.
Yeah.
But I think still my favorite chapter that I'm looking forward to is seeing an adult, seeing a 25-year-old.
Really?
That's
man. If you could ask me about my kids and I were talking about that the other day, I think I'd take them all right back to like 6. Right when they were sweet, fun, you could still tickle them and chase them around the yard and have a good time. They didn't care about how they looked or their hair was or what boy was looking or what was said on social and none of that stuff. They just liked having fun and playing and having a good time.
Yeah,
and it was awesome.
And that's blissful, but that's also unsustainable.
Yeah, it is.
So I look at what they're going to do, how they're going to treat people, what career, who are they? That's a priceless thought to me right now.
Yeah, make sure whatever you do that you in front of them belittle wait staff. That really sets a tone for who you are as a person. Just constantly belittle people who are serving you in front of your children. That's what I suggest highly for every parent out there that's new.
Okay, there's like 4
I'm
different.
being facetious.
There's 4 different ways to read what you just said, because it really sounds like your parents did that.
No.
And then you're saying, hey, look how it turned out for me.
I may have seen some people do this in front of their kids, and it was like I could barely hold my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, man, you see those little computers over there just soaking all that up?
Yeah.
Those little sponges over there remembering every word of that?
Russ and I recently were out with a person who said that's how he'll judge people, to see how they interact with wait staff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the grace you have or do not have. That's the thing that people look at when it comes to how much of a human you are, how much grace you have to people who are serving you and helping you.
Yeah, there's a famous poem about When You Thought I Wasn't Watching.
Right, yeah.
Written from the perspective of a child about life lessons that were taught by their parent when they thought they weren't watching. And it's really poignant about that.
I remember that. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Saw this on Yahoo this morning. I was like, that is really interesting. I haven't had that happen at that level, but you can imagine freaking out if your mom takes your kid away, comes back and your kid has earrings or studs, and maybe the mom had a plan for that. You can see where that would be irritating. It doesn't say if they get the nose rings, get to see the kid or not. I didn't see that at the bottom of the story, so I think this is still pending. And by the way, they're not even in this country. The parents of the mom are Mexican, and they live in Mexico. She is a citizen here in the U.S. They don't have citizenship yet, so they're going back and forth. So this happened while they were down there in one of their short stints of visiting.
Oh, she got Mexican earrings.
Yeah, taking time. You got those cartel rings.
The colorful beads.
Yeah. The topaz.
I bought a pair of Mexican earrings for my wife.
Oh, yeah.
They're super bright and yellow.
Oh. Dude, I got Mexican gold, Mexican silver. That's where when you go on a cruise, you go back there and find that good silver. It's not topaz. What's the other thing? It's aquamarine, or what is it? What's that? That's the
blue?
Yeah, the blue. What is that called? What's
Native American jewelry?
Yeah, what's that called?
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got turquoise on my pinky ring. What's up?
Oh, did he get another charge? See that? Or did he get somebody else coming out that said that at 16 years old said was sexually assaulted by Diddy when she was 16 years old?
Because we bad boys for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916.
It's right there right there.
He
right
said
in front
it.
Of us.
He said it in stereo with a beat. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hang right there.
You can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this Wednesday. And for the rest of the day, we're expecting a beautiful day. Temperatures warming into the upper 70s and low 80s, the high of 82 degrees for Orlando. An isolated sprinkle or two can't be ruled out, but overall, many of us staying mostly dry under a partly to mostly sunny sky. Temperatures warming to the mid 80s for Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday with a high of 90 degrees expected for Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Bonus savings on top brands and better sleep are all the buzz at Mattress Firm's Friends and Family sale. Hurry in to save up to $700 with your extra discount. You'll even get a free adjustable base on select beds. Plus, if you see a lower price, Mattress Firm will match it. Restrictions apply.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Time to be a hero. Tell your friends and family about Life Imaging FLA. I did. My father-in-law, my mother-in-law. Actually, this morning, my mother-in-law got her full body scan results perfectly clear. And I will tell you something. I heard my mom talking to my wife while we're on the phone. Man, just that relief. You could hear it from across the room. The relief that now, in her early 60s, she knows everything is fine. Her husband knows everything is fine. That's what we're talking about with Life Imaging FLA. That peace of mind you get knowing that you're all clear. You can have that as well. Don't wait. Do exactly what I did. Do what my mother-in-law, my father-in-law did. Do what hundreds of Central Floridians are doing. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value. While you're there, ask about the cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make 2024 the year you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from Iron Media.
McDonald's McCafe iced coffee wakes you up like the perfect song. The 100% Arabica beans get your head nodding. Yeah, then the cream drops like a smooth bass line. Add some ice to chill it down and some French vanilla flavor. There you go. Or change it up and go with caramel. Either way, it's a stone cold classic. Start your day with $1.49 McCafe iced coffee, available during breakfast hours only. Music to my ears. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. My day just flows better when I make my first stop McDonald's. I can choose two faves and save big when I bundle a savory sausage McMuffin or flaky sausage biscuit with crispy hash browns for breakfast for $2.79. Or I can make Mickey D's my last stop. Lunch, dinner, a late night snack perhaps, when I bundle a crispy McChicken or juicy McDouble with delicious small fries for only $3.69. Now my day is made the tastiest way when I bundle and save at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable.
Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, Jimmy, happy Wednesday. The wife and I are fortunate sons from the Virgin Islands. Man, you guys talking about living straight. I'm loving to see that your daughter's down in Ecuador, if I'm correct. But, man, I gotta tell you, it's a little bit different down the mountain. You slow down, ease the pace. Everything gonna be safe, all right? Stop it. Speak up, honey.
Did his wife just tell him to stop doing the accent? She just in the background went, stop it. John, stop it. Just stop it. Like he was like a kid playing with his food. Stop it. That was great. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I know what you're saying, though.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. Jeb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Stop it, Paul. Don't call him anymore, buddy.
It reminds me of that Beth call.
Oh, yeah.
In the background. Are you on the phone with them?
Yeah.
When her boyfriend called.
Are you on the phone with them?
Gee,
Are you saying that on the air?
Beth.
God rest her soul.
Beth.
Good old Beth.
Oh, we missed her. A couple years.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Scott Maxwell next hour. Of course, we have trivia next hour as well. Top of the 6 o'clock hour will be Ross Thoughts into the final parts of the show. I wanted to ask you guys something. This is just kind of personally for me. I'm trying to get an assessment on how people are feeling about certain things. All right, what's your favorite family get together? What's your favorite? And this includes the holidays, right? I mean, it could be Christmas, could be a birthday, it could be a graduation,
modern day or growing up.
Like when you the memories that you have of your life,
okay,
and you've kind of add all those together. What was and what have been your favorite family get-togethers?
Thanksgiving, but Christmas morning.
Christmas morning?
Yeah.
Christmas morning is not my favorite.
Yeah.
And you would think it would be because, I mean, it's so magical and everything. But I also think there's an odd stress that goes around Christmas morning.
There's no doubt about that.
With that gift-giving thing and the especially if you have a big family, the balance of who, what, when, or whatever. How about you?
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. There's one.
But that would be when I was visiting family in South America. Because they party till dawn.
I've asked a couple of people that. I don't hear that one very often. I don't hear the New Year's or Christmas or the New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve very often. That's interesting. Ross, for you?
The Boys.
The Boys. What's that?
The show. Amazon. You said the question was, what's my favorite family tradition?
It's family get together.
Yeah, family get together.
Yeah.
The Boys. I love watching the show The Boys with my wife and my father-in-law.
There you go.
He loves that show. I love that show. My wife loves that show.
So when you guys get together to watch it, it's like one thing you all have in common, and you have a blast doing it.
It's the hardest I've ever heard my father-in-law laugh. It's one of my fondest memories. Watching that show with my father-in-law is just number one.
I'll be damned.
It is so much fun.
Yeah, for me, it's Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is like because it circles around food, family get together, having a good time, hanging out. There's some football and stuff. Like that's my favorite thing. I've had people say Easter, but the number one that I've talked with people about is not any of the holidays. It's birthdays for some reason. Like people I talk to say that birthdays are their favorite get together because they're celebrating one person they can point their love and admiration at. You can there's no pressure to take care of anybody else, but they love birthdays. Birthdays don't have the pomp and circumstance as, Thanksgiving with what you have to wear.
Or the pressure.
Or who you have to talk to or not talk to, or the pressure, or making something to bring over that you have to put on a table and have your family eat and like or not like. Birthdays were the number one thing to get together and just kind of have pure fellowship. Hanging out was birthdays.
Yeah.
No, not a birthday. I have to tell you, I can't believe it's not your Christmas party. Because that's the happiest I think I see you all year long is when you guys do your soiree every year. You have a really good time at the soiree.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird calling that like family.
That's not a family get-together.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of my favorite things, but I wouldn't consider that into the family thing.
Well, you have more family at that party than you do watching the boys.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's quality over quantity.
Oh, take that, Chase. Sorry.
That's just so awesome.
Sorry, Care Bear.
I don't know. I've always gotten a kick ever since I can remember being young, enjoying a television show or a movie with somebody who is from, let's just call it for what it is, a different generation. House is one of my favorite shows because my mom and I both were like, oh, what's going to happen next?
My kids loved House.
And that's such a great, statement of how great someone's art is if you're jumping generations, if you're making grandma laugh and the daughter laugh, you nailed it.
Is that the number one show? Because we had a number one show, like when my kids were not, the first show that wasn't a kids show that the entire family gathered around was a pretty interesting show. And I think some iteration of it is actually still on the air. And this would have been, 10, 12 years ago, 12, 15 years ago. It's the only show I can remember where the entire family was in unison that we all liked this program and we would all gather around and watch it. It's a comedy.
American Horror Story.
No, it's funny. It's a comedy.
Friends.
No, it's not even a show. It's a show, but it's not scripted per se.
The Muppets.
No. Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Impractical Jokers, we loved. I mean, it was religious. We watched what they called it M jokes because they got to be cool and short and everything. But we would watch Impractical Jokers, thought it was the greatest thing ever. That was a solid 2.5-year run of the family gathering together to watch Impractical Jokers.
And that's just, like I said, that says so much about the quality, or I should say success of that show. If you can span decades of an age group with an audience.
And make everybody laugh. And they did. The show was funny.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of what not every, but it must be really nice to get to that level of knowing that what you made is making a family enjoy their night or laugh collectively. That's a hot dream of mine that I didn't know I realized until right now.
Now, before my family, when I was young to get together, it was always like Dukes of Hazzard. Stuff like that as a kid.
I remember watching MASH with my parents. It was something we all enjoyed. MASH.
So we did. I couldn't get it, but my dad was religious. MASH and Hee Haw, and 60 Minutes were his shows, and it shows. How about you, lady? Did you say? That's funny. I don't. For some reason, I do not see. Did you and your crew sit around and like have your favorite show?
Oh, it would be like MASH or the Muppets or
back in the day it was like Happy Days and Good Times and shows like that from the 70s.
Mork and Mindy.
Happy Days was a big one in my house.
Yeah.
Also, for me, probably the number one thing that I watched with my mom is the NBA.
Really?
I've watched thousands of basketball games with my mom.
That's so cool. I did not know that.
Oh,
That's a piece of information you never told us. My kids could say that about cooking shows because that's about the time I was getting into real serious cooking. So we would watch like not the Pampered Chef. It's the French Chef. And we was episode after episode.
Julia Child?
No, not her. It was a guy. And it would be like, the chef whisks in the butter. The chef bakes the loin. And it was just like that for half an hour of just, narration of, Michelin star chefs going through their process of making whatever they're making. And my kids and I would pile up and watch the blank out of it. That and Scooby-Doo.
Oh, there you go.
I'm a little worried about, let's say when I have my kid later on this year, fingers crossed, right? I'm worried that that's kind of gone. Like, I was just thinking about this, just TV shows.
You are not going to have that experience.
Kind of gone.
It's YouTube for you, boss.
Yeah.
It's going to be YouTube for you. And when it was Disney movies for the longest time, I think Jack and I both raised our kids with Disney movies or whatever movie that may be.
Whenever we'd have a DVD giveaway, I was coming home with a new Disney
Same
movie.
here, buddy.
It's like, score, baby.
You had Thomas the Tank Engine. We had Big Comfy Couch. Was it Bear in the Big Blue House?
Mm-hmm.
What was the one with the Steve?
Oh, Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues. Those were all.
That was Steve for Halloween one year. My daughter was Blue.
Really? That's cool.
And then you were Steve?
Yeah.
But you
that
I
checks
don't
out.
even think there are shows like that. I think Sesame Street may be the only one you have left.
Look at all the TV shows that are winning awards right now.
Yeah.
Are those, splitting society at the cooler? No.
No, they're not.
No, Game of Thrones was, I think, the last one of those. And I'm waiting and worried when the next one's going to happen.
You're probably going to have to dip into the well for that, dog. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, when your kid comes around, you know, you're going to have to go back and find those shows. God only knows what television or entertainment's going to look like in 3 years when your kid is, starts to really be cognizant enough to kind of consume information like that. Will have an iPad or a phone or something like that, or watch a movie. It doesn't. I mean, that didn't even happen in 18 months, maybe later.
Do you think so? Do you think that vibe will ever come back? Do you think we'll have another show? Because we haven't had one in about.
You mean like a Scooby-Doo
6 years? No. I like when Breaking Bad was happening. That was.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That would be in the news segment,
right?
Of hey, this series finale of Breaking Bad is tonight. Will we ever promote, not us specifically, but society ever get to the point of going, did you know it's tonight? It's tonight.
Yeah,
here it is, the last season.
It is weird. It doesn't work like that. When Ozark ended, I mean,
nope.
It wasn't like that. There wasn't a big pomp and circumstance on when Ozark ended. It is kind of weird.
I think it ended when you started taking channels away.
Yeah.
Around that. I don't know how exactly the two, but when cables kind of hopped into the back seat, and then YouTube, internet, Netflix, streaming. Now you can watch anything you want instead of going some, AMC bigwig going, they're going to like this. We focus grouped it.
Right.
I don't know if that will ever come back.
No. I can't imagine that.
It's such a cultural change in how we do our job and talk about these things. When it was episodic with Lost, with Sopranos, it was something to look forward to. You recap it on the air. There was no spoiler alerts because no one was further ahead than anyone else.
No binging.
No binging.
That's a big thing.
That the binging thing really is really what makes it weird, because the studios can't create content fast enough because people consume all the content immediately. All right, 407-916.
They're animals.
407.
There's no self-control. There's no willpower. You, especially, you can't watch and just pause.
Look at this guy.
You're an animal.
I can watch and pause, but I am an animal. All right, back in a sec.
In 3 days, the News Junkies Just Okay 8, presented by Mills Air and JustCallMo.com. This Saturday at the Plaza Live. Get your tickets now at realradio.fm/justok.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound on the interstate. Looking at major delays by the attractions exits as well as through downtown. A crash is currently blocking 2 left lanes westbound on 436 this afternoon between Oxford Road and Redbug Lake Road. If you happen to see any other traffic problems in the Orlando area this afternoon, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
That mortgage guy, Don, has been helping people with their mortgage needs for over 20 years, including myself. That mortgage guy, Don, will work tirelessly to help you with your purchase or refinance. In fact, here's a review from Michael R. from this past December. Quote, Don and his team were very informative and looked at every avenue available to make things happen, end quote. I can attest to that. If there is a way to make your mortgage or refinance happen, that mortgage guy, Don, will make it happen. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgagiguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgagiguydon.com.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless.
I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Score 0% financing on popular models like Rogue with no payments till 2025. And closeout pricing on remaining 2023s. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Click OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. They also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney. And make sure everyone has a place to sit with outdoor furniture from Pollywood. And now they have a service technician specializing in grills to help with any repair or warranty issues. Get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, including their new store in Hamlin, just open. Or you can shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's two largest bridal designers this weekend. Tacori and Verragio are here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tacori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tacori or Verragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening this Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie, now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. You'll get 2 times O rewards points on select purchases, including 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95, and receive a $10 O'Reilly gift card after rebate. Plus, buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
My wife and I have both been vegetarians for over 15 years.
Oh, God.
My wife is pregnant with our first child right now. We both plan on raising the kid as a vegetarian. The baby's not even born yet, and my mom has already asked if we are going to be mad when she lets the kid eat meat when she's babysitting.
Babysitting ain't cheap.
No, it's not. That's the thing is
Having grandparents who can babysit, who do you trust more?
Yeah.
Well, or do you trust them?
Right, yeah. Well, that was the thing I dealt with, when I was telling you the situation before. It's like, we're leaning on this person for help, and then you're like, hey, is there any way that you could not listen to the show while I'm on the air? It'd be great, 407, we got it worked out. It's fine. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Yeah, that grandmother thing, the grandparents thing, it hit, again, we only dealt with one time. We didn't really have any issues with it. I mean,
I did not as well.
Yeah, I didn't really have to deal with it, but I know that it did happen because there were situations. Here's the thing: grandparents are just very happy. We don't have grandkids. There's none in our near future, but we're going to be terrible grandparents. I'm going to be honest with you.
But terrible in the best way, where you get to spoil a kid, have fun, and give up and not deal with those responsibilities.
Right. Drop them off, completely entitled.
Occasionally, you're going to drop some of your knowledge because you're going to feel that you're smart enough where they should. They should know how smart granddad is.
Right. You can do all the things that you can even pierce their ears. That weren't we just pissed off about grandparents though doing whatever they want?
No, we are pissed off about it when they do what they want. I mean, you don't want them, like you don't want your grandparents or whoever's watching your kids, introducing them the things that you should be introducing them to. And the blind thing here is that they're so muted to reality that they don't understand that. Like, how could somebody not understand that as a grandparent, they're not supposed to get your kid baptized without your knowledge, or not understand they're supposed to get piercings without your knowledge? I mean, who does that?
So,
like, what kind of person would do that even?
Ross, pertaining to that very last talk back with you and your plans for your son, and since your wife is vegan, have you guys talked about how your son will be raised as far as what he eats?
I think it's the last time we talked about it, I think it's vegetarian, but I also think we've also had, it's not exactly concrete what that conversation was, but I'm pretty sure it was like leaning towards vegetarian, but we were also talking about each other's childhoods and how like dope Lunchables were.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want them to miss out on Lunchables.
And I know a couple that did this. I mean, a very good friend of mine and his wife have sons, and they are being raised vegetarian because she is. I don't think he is. She is, and they are raised vegetarian. And I mean, I guess they had that conversation going in. But
sounds like a Tom Van situation.
It is a Tom Van situation. I don't like saying names, man. You never know how people are about that stuff.
Yeah.
But they're both such wonderful parents, and she is such an unbelievable human being. Crystal, his wife, they both are incredible people. I mean, the boys are the most. They're like fake. They're so nice and sweet. But that would have been a conversation that would have been difficult. I'm gonna be honest with you, as a meat eater, understanding what protein, animal protein means to the human body, how it can be replaced, but and like you said. What kid doesn't want to, snort into a slice of bacon or a sausage or a burger, or a big juicy taco or a cheesesteak or a piece of pizza with some pepperoni on it? Who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah, no, you're talking about like kids being perfect.
Yeah.
Whenever that happens, how does that make you feel? It always makes me a little uncomfortable.
Well, if the kids are so well mannered and everything?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't make me uncomfortable because when you start getting, like, when your kids go to spend the night, which is a dead thing as well. Nobody lets your kids spend a night with anybody anymore unless it's like a close family friend or a relative. But when you would come back, and you would go to pick your kids up the next day, and the parents would meet you at the doorway and ask you how you did it, how your kid was so polite and so kind and everything like that. And then you tell them it's beatings, just solid beatings.
Like, I know it's preferred when a kid acts correctly.
Yeah. Politely is the word.
Politely, yes.
Correct.
Politely, respectful.
Yes.
They are, yes, sir, no, sir.
That creeps you out?
A little bit.
Because you think that there should be a little devil in there a little bit.
Well, I
agree with that, by the way.
Or are you worried about how they got to that point?
How they got to that point? Sure. That's not what I'm like, be a kid, dude.
Do you think it's hard for kids like that to acclimate to a classroom because so few kids are like that? Most of them are a little wild.
A little wild. What was the question? I misunderstood it.
Do you think it's
hard
for kids to acclimate to other kids in the classroom if when they're at home it's like this very kind of very almost Disney-esque kind of setting, and then they get into the classroom where all other kids don't deal with
And
settings
it's
like that.
chaos, and they're like,
And then
what happened to Sir?
They don't know how to deal with. Yeah, I told you the story. Like kids wouldn't come stay with wouldn't spend the night at my house, and it wasn't because I was creepy walking around with a house coat all the time. It was because that we made
There was no house coat.
We made everybody say yes or no, sir, yes, ma'am, thank you, please, and the kids didn't want to do it, so they didn't come over. They thought it was weird that we made them do that.
Yeah, I like maybe I'm just envious, or maybe I'm just blown away by like the 140% of like. Sometimes I just want a kid to kid out. Like, go ahead and say poop underneath your breath.
Your kids are gonna kid out, buddy.
I just hope whenever I've had interactions with like flawlessly behaved children.
It's very Stepfordy.
Yeah, I just hope that they say bad words, when they're in
So,
private.
here's the deal.
I get what you're saying, by the way.
A little bit, right?
Yeah,
When
no, not
my
a little bit,
daughter,
a lot.
the Peanut, who's now 25, when we sent her off to kindergarten, we went back home and waited by the phone for them to call and say, "You need to pick up this kid.
Right,
She's
right.
out of control."
Right.
Because we knew how she was at home.
Right.
They loved her.
Yeah.
And there's an expression that I learned from my mom. It's house devils and street angels. They're a maniac at home, but then they go out and they're well-behaved. So when you run into those well-behaved children, they still could be giving their parents migraines inside the home.
I will tell you, the one of the most difficult things I've had to deal with in my adult life that wasn't like strife or bill related or anything like that was dealing with the kids of some of these volleyball parents that we encountered. You can't imagine, 15-year-old kids calling their parents by their first name. Hey, Jill, could you get me a water?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bob, could you go get me a croissant? Or Bob, could you get me this? And just so disrespectful and so gross. It was hard to hold my tongue. And that was a lot of them. So they turn out to be like that sometimes too. Little bitches.
Yeah.
Little
no,
bitches.
They're not going to call me Ross.
Yeah.
He's not going to. It's so weird. to
Segura's kids call him by his first name. Did you know that?
No.
He does it. There's a whole bit on it about how his kids call him Tom. I wouldn't even know how to react to that. Like if my kid called me Tom or called me Jim, Tom would be weird.
Oh, I did it once to my mother.
You called your mother by her first name?
Oh, that's a look you get.
Deborah, you ever call your mom by her first name?
I'm still alive, aren't I?
Yeah. Were you a good kid, by the way? Were you a well-behaved kid at work or at home and then in school?
I'm so interested in this answer.
Yeah, I am. Were you in trouble much in school?
No.
No, because you're dealing with your mom at home.
Yeah.
You don't want to get that.
Yeah, no.
So you're pretty good.
But
you just learn to be crafty.
Yeah. How to get away with it.
No talk back?
No.
No sass.
I still don't sass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I still don't sass.
Well, in my home, you'd get hit in the face.
Yeah.
Back then it wasn't like you got spanked in the back. You would just get hit in the face.
And we
backhanded right in the face.
We were one of those homes of if my mom called you or my dad called it, you couldn't go, yeah.
There's no yeah.
It was yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And to those people who think it wears, I'll tell you what, it's benefited me as a professional and as a human being.
Yeah.
Because when you have manners and you hit someone with manners when they're expecting you to not have manners.
But it's weird, though, for what Ross is saying, and it's 100% true. If you were raised with that and then you go into a high-pressure corporate world where my wife is and she was also raised like myself, it's weird because those people do not communicate like that. People in really high-pressure jobs like the one she has, it is yes, no. It's the answer, and that's it. There's no how you doing, none of that. So if you go into a situation and you are a little bit timid and you're used to people carrying themselves in a certain way,
read the room,
and then that thing comes down on you, it can get weird.
Yeah, I would.
No,
I don't think I'm going to press for the sir, yes, sir.
Not going to do that?
Sir. I don't think I care enough for that.
No? What about your wife?
I don't think she's about that either.
No?
Results. Give me results.
So, yeah is fine? Like, if you ask him something, yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm fine with yeah.
You good with yeah?
I'm chill with yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same end result for me.
How you feel about that, Jack?
Yeah, that's a mistake. That's what I feel because I'm in that now, and I wish I would have at the beginning said no, respond, because Deb is so correct here, because you will carry how you respond to things like that off cuff is what you will carry into your career, and it's just unprofessional it's too casual, and I think you win more in life if you can adopt that professional mindset.
Children by nature, because they cannot take care of themselves, are some of the most selfish creatures on the planet, right?
Yeah.
The world does literally revolve around them.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't necessarily set them up for really understanding what
Mm-hmm.
respect is, how it's reciprocated, how it's given.
I also found that my kids longed for guidance. That they wanted it. They didn't want to run crazy in the streets. They wanted to be told, hey, this is good, this is bad. They wanted the parameters of what was expected of them. But you know what? By the time your kid is like 8, 9, 10 years old, who knows what that will look like? I mean, because that's probably not prevalent in schools now. I bet if I rang up the teachers right now and said, how many of your kids, matter of fact, let's put that on the poll, Jack. Like, how many of your kids out there, is that what you're doing?
No, I was writing it right now, so
Like, how many kids, how many parents out there require the kids to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, please, thank you stuff? Require those basic kind of courtesy terms that we've grown to know as, people in our 50s. But I got to tell you, I don't think it's going to be like that for you. And I got to tell you, I think if your kid said yes or no, sir, yes, ma'am, thank you to class to their teachers, they'd probably get called an ass kiss. Because I bet it's not prevalent at all. I bet my teachers right now would check in and tell you that not even 10% of the kids that are in their classes, 5th grade or lower, use those terms anymore. It's not supported at home very much, I bet.
Well, so is the question about the kid, to the people we're asking, the kids they're raising or their childhood?
I would say their kids they're raising. I mean, if they're expecting that from their children, because that's what we're asking. Ross says he doesn't care. And by the way, I'm not judging. I don't, because I don't know that it will or not work. I agree with you as well. Results matter. If the kid's well-behaved, well-mannered, doesn't take advantage of people, isn't a liar, doesn't steal, has grace, your kid's going to be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like, you have to be respectful, or I just would rather put that effort somewhere else.
Yeah. Do you know where else?
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an infinite amount of else, and I know that's a daily thing that that you have to ingrain in. And here's the thing. I'm not ruling it out. Who knows? This kid thumps out. I hear a yeah, bruh. I'm like, no, dog.
Did your wife have to respond to her mom with a yes, ma'am, no, ma'am? Was that supported in her house at all?
Could not tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
I would think not. She was a rebel.
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, know.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with our buddy Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel. Hang loose.
Real radio is the news junkie.
That sounds like some sort of animal. Hit it again? Yee. You can convince me that's a donkey.
Well, it did come from a total ass.
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at heavy delays on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, there is activity blocking at least 2 right lanes eastbound on the interstate at Michigan Street, causing some heavy backups near downtown. Traffic slow in the usual spots east and westbound between US 27 and the 429, as well as between the Beach Line and 535. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Oh, wearenotthebanks.com, the sponsor of today's question of the day. We just talked about it, just posted it in our YouTube chat. Search Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. WeAreNotTheBanks.com is a direct mortgage lender. Now might be the perfect time for you to refinance, or perhaps this is the time, like in Jim's case, you are moving. You're going into a new home. How are you going to handle the mortgage? Might I suggest WeAreNotTheBanks.com? They're not the banks. They're better than the banks because their sole focus is on getting you the right mortgage for your purchase. I used WeAreNotTheBanks.com for my refi several years ago. Brad Siebert let me know everything I needed every step of the way. It was a quick and easy process. Got a great rate. Put me in a much better position financially today because I made that decision over 8 years ago to go to WeAreNotTheBanks.com. But new homes as well. Is 2024 the year for your dream home? you need to find a way to get that mortgage. And I, again, will recommend wearenotthebanks.com. Get started today. NMLS ID number 66247, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0 down and 0% financing for 12 months on any fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's 2 largest bridal designers this weekend. Tacori and Verragio are here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tacori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years 0 interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tacori or Verragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening this Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
The Kalos Services Job Fair will be on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit us to learn about opportunities in the construction services industry. Register at kalosflorida.com/jobs or text 352-243-7099.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
If you love sports and scandal, then join me, ESPN broadcaster Jay Harris, each week for Playing Dirty Sports Scandals, the newest podcast from executive producer Dan Patrick. From current scandals like MMA champ Cain Velasquez's armed car chase to historic shockers like the biggest Little League cheat, Playing Dirty Sports Scandals doesn't shy away from dark details and always packs a punch. Never miss the dirt, people. Listen to Playing Dirty Sports Scandals on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Radio 104.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is right there.
Hello.
Jack sits in front.
Hi.
And Ross is over there.
Oh, yeah.
Every single Wednesday on, let's say, 5:20 or so, we invite this gentleman over to kind of talk a little bit about what's happening in Orlando. You can read him in the Orlando Sentinel Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can see him every day on Twitter at Scott_Maxwell. Good and loud for the mansion living Scott Maxwell. Give it up.
Yay!
Awesome. You're looking on Facebook.
What a house, buddy. That's quite a spot you got there. I had no idea. Would you get paid by the syllable there? Is that what you do, Scotty?
By the letter.
That's not my house. That's the neighbor's house.
That was quite an interaction. I actually told Jack about it this morning. I said, did you see Maxwell getting at Morgan a little bit in his Facebook page? It was very funny.
You never know what people are going to seize upon. I'm trying to post a lighthearted, fun thing, and yeah.
So you want to retell it?
Yeah, no, John, it's,
Sure.
Go ahead, Scott.
Well, I was just going to say, I can tell you what happened last night that was kind of fun. My nephew was in town, and he plays for a small college tennis team, McAllister College up in St. Paul, Minnesota, and they're playing like at the USTA. And they heard that they have what is becoming our now infamous pickleball court on the cul-de-sac here in our neighborhood. And they thought it would be fun to come take on the old farts in Audubon Park on the cul-de-sac pickleball. So we had the entire McAllister College men's tennis team playing the residents of our cul-de-sac in pickleball last night.
Oh, that's outstanding.
And I got to tell you, athletically, it looked like you guys should have been dominated. How'd it go?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, there's no twist here. I'm not gonna.
Did you score?
Yeah. And the fun
we
part
have one guy who plays tournaments and is pretty decent. But I mean, come on, look at me, Jim.
Yeah,
What am I doing?
The funny part was while he posted the photograph, told the story in the background. There's a large ranch style home that would have been built probably back in the 60s or 50s or whatever. But for that time, it would have been a pretty big house. And it's in the background. And of all people to chime in and say something, our very own loved John Morgan says something about a nice mansion.
Yeah, it's like must be nice. As if John Morgan doesn't have 52 mansions in virtually every state.
He's one of the richest guys in Central Florida.
One of the richest guys in the state. Don't get it twisted.
On the planet.
Yeah.
That's the largest law firm in America.
That guy is so loaded it stinks. And his kid lives in like a $10 million house. It's so funny though. But what you said to him, I thought was the best.
Oh, because I said I was trying to keep up with the Morgans, but it wasn't actually my house. The picture was the neighbor's. And then he said, he said something like, I'm just a humble guy who lives in Sanford. Like he was trying to play that country mouse.
That was my favorite bit. He was like, oh, guy, here comes the country mouse bit again. John is the greatest. So he's so much fun to be around.
He's a hoot. He's always got something to say, and he will say it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Scott, how's it going today, buddy? I read your piece this morning. One of the first things I do on Wednesday morning when I get up is go to the Sentinel and try to read what's up so that I can contact you a little bit later and see exactly where we're going. When I read the piece this morning, I think I texted you, holy balls, was the text I think I sent to you, and then it kind of went on from there. This is... isn't this the stuff you see in movies about really small towns where the council's all related and all, isn't it kind of like that? Doesn't it seem kind of almost clownish what's happening out there?
Yeah, clownish is a good word. And I think a lot of it is just like the public being played. And that's one of the things one of the contentions I've made about Disney versus DeSantis, DeSantis versus Disney, whatever you want to call it. It's theater. Man, it is all political theater that none of these politicians, well, I shouldn't say none. Most of them, there's no true north. There's no real moral
compass
going for all this stuff. They will do whatever their donors ask them to do. And the reason we talked about this is that we've talked about the Disney district, the one Ron DeSantis created supposedly to punish them for don't say gay and all that kind of stuff. And it was really supposed to be a socket to Disney, where Disney's not getting any special treatment today. Well, he announced this week that his new hire, it's his former legislative affairs director. And I don't know if he just doesn't think people remember or he just doesn't care. But we have a whole boatload of records that show that this woman worked with Disney lobbyists to try to get them special favors in the legislature. Back when Disney was still cutting DeSantis checks. And this is a story that I think people will remember. When they were cracking down on Twitter and Facebook, trying to say you can't control your own platform.
Right.
Basically, you have to let Donald Trump be on there and let Donald Trump say whatever you want to say. So they were passing a law that says no social media company gets to completely control their own platforms. And all of a sudden, Disney's like, whoa. I know you're not trying to go after us, but we have social media and we don't want to be impacted. So the records show that the Disney lobbyists gave the language right to DeSantis's office, and they basically they passed a law, and it's ridiculous. Like you say, it's clownish. It actually says, the law that was passed in Florida says no media company can completely control their own platforms, quote, unless they operate a theme park.
Right. And even better, they have email going back and forth where the governor's office or aide was asking, about the process of the legislation, and the person's like, let me check with Disney, or Disney said this.
One of the legislative staffers basically says, this doesn't make any sense. And she then responds, Disney responds with this, and then passes along what appears to be the language from the lobbyists that they are going to make into law.
Just acting as a middleman between Disney and the state.
Oh yeah, wouldn't everybody like to have a gopher in the governor's office? And that is the woman who is taking orders from Disney to get their laws made into Florida law, is now the one running the Disney district. And and I'm sure she's going to say whatever he wants her to say. That's tough talking about Disney now. But my point is, this is all a farce.
Yeah,
it's all a farce. Everybody's being played if you're buying into any of this stuff. And Disney, once again, they're not the good guys in this. They were buying policy. Disney cut a check to DeSantis for $50,000 4 weeks before they asked for this law to be changed. And then they got it.
Right. It changed because when the fallout came and Disney's like, hey, we're catching shrapnel over here on this social media thing. You got to help us out. They rewrote the law, and then it is bananas. When you look at it, it's almost like they don't even care about the transparency. It's almost like they're saying, well, what are they going to do?
And that's I think you're right, because after I and Jason Garcia, who runs a website in town, we both wrote about this because Jason got the public records. It was all exposed. And then they went back and said, oh, we need to take this out because they've been exposed. So they took out the Disney exemption. Also important, Disney had said they were no longer cutting them campaign checks. And as soon as they stopped cutting, why are you going to do them favors anymore? But then this was the part that just kind of melted your mind. Ron DeSantis holds a press conference and screams about this exemption for theme parks, saying it was unfair, was written for one person, and it never should have been in there. His office put it in there. It's clear as day.
That's the thing.
It's clear as day.
When I read this, I actually had to read that piece over again. I'm like, did I read that right? Like, he's screaming at something that he instituted. Yeah,
that's what I said. Nobody was madder about what Ron DeSantis' office did than Ron DeSantis.
I'm so pissed about this. How can I let this happen?
Yeah, it just becomes all theater, and I don't think there's really good guys in this fight. But it's going to be interesting to watch that. And now that the former Disney director is now our election supervisor, and he's appointed to that position, 2 weeks before the presidential primary and on local elections? No experience.
No, none. Now, how is she is now heading up that Disney district thing as well, right?
Well, that's another thing, Jim. I mean, technically she doesn't get the job. Theoretically, there's a board that DeSantis appointed, and it's their job to advertise the position. I know that's a radical idea, advertising a position to try to find the most qualified administrator. They're supposed to solicit candidates, and then they're supposed to vote. In this case, DeSantis didn't even act like they get to think and act on their own. He just announced she will become the next district administrator. So, I mean, he basically called them out for the puppets that they are.
So does he have the power to appoint? Is that an option, or is that just something he's over?
I mean, technically they have to hire, but I don't think not a one of them is going to say, "Oh, Governor, stand up to him and say we're going to make our own decision." We got big boy pants on today. We're not seeing that.
It just seems that office makes so many moves that get challenged legally and then they lose. Like, I've never seen a collective of all these lawsuits that happen and just cost tens of millions of dollars in legal fees and so much time. But I bet if you were to run that list, it would be kind of scary. Like, just the last 2
absolutely.
years, Scott.
And they've sort of been obstructing with a lot of the list. But the column I wrote this past Sunday was about that, and I was really trying to write to the principled conservatives who I believe you are, Jim, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your rear there, but I believe is a dwindling group in this state. And because the judges shooting these laws down, a lot of them are hardcore principle conservatives appointed by Donald Trump, worked for George W. Bush, worked for Rick Scott, worked for Pam Bondi. They have nothing but a history of working for Republicans, and they're getting these bills that try to tell companies they can't run HR programs the way they want because it might hurt some white person's feelings. They might feel guilt or anguish. Those are actually laws. I mean, words in the statute. And these judges are going, what the hell is wrong with you? This isn't even close.
It is.
If you want government to control what you can say, Cuba or China would be a much better country for you.
And I will tell you, just for people who are listening, it's not like that we pay attention just to the news here locally and how that our local constituents look at this. These are national stories that hit big USA Today, Yahoo News, Google News, Reuters. I mean, these hit news wires and news services that are respected across the country and across the world. I mean, and they're showcasing Central Florida and Florida politics because of all of these failures and all these challenges that wind up happening because of this legislation that gets shoved through with no confidence whatsoever, and then it gets shot down. Again, we're all picking up the bill at $625 an hour is what we're paying for these attorneys to do this. I mean, like this Disney thing here. They legislated it to be one way, then they got bounced back because the big guy said no, big guy being Disney. Then they had to re-legislate it. All of that costs money and time, and it happens so often, Scott.
You're right.
It's so frustrating.
And sometimes the legislative staff, in the rare instances they have to analyze every bill that's proposed, sometimes they flat out tell these lawmakers, this bill is unconstitutional. We have free speech. A government can't tell a private company what they can say. And they go, well, we're going to pass it anyway.
Unbelievable. Scott Maxwell.
All right, I got something else for you.
Yeah, Scott Maxwell here with us. You can find him in the Orlando Sentinel. Yes.
I got something else for you. So I just mentioned we have, and this is to piss off my friends on the left. We have an election next week. This is the presidential primary, and these are municipal races all over the state. And I want to tell you why Florida Democrats are losers and why they will continue to be losers. Because you may know that there's a presidential primary, and all over the state, Republicans are going to the polls to cast their vote, mostly symbolically, for Donald Trump. But they are voting for Donald Trump because there's a Republican primary, a presidential primary, just like there is in virtually every state in America. What a lot of people don't realize is there is no Democratic primary in Florida, just in Florida. In Florida, the Democratic Party decided basically they wanted to coronate Joe Biden. They didn't want him to mess around. Now, these other candidates, they're nobodies. Marianne Williamson, Dean Phillips, they're nobodies. But in most states, they still have a presidential primary, and 95% of people vote for Joe Biden in 5. Florida Democrats don't like that idea. In fact, they've done it before when they just wanted to have Barack Obama. So they canceled the presidential primary. Now, myself and a few other media outlets said that's just not democratic. You're supposed to have an election and let people choose. But beyond that, let me tell you how they really screw themselves. Because right now in this state, as this election is going on, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Republicans have a reason to go to the poll and cast ballots for this presidential primary. None of the Democrats do. So who the hell do you think is going to be casting votes in all of these city elections that are taking place? Winter Park has elections. Maitland has elections. Apopka has elections. Ocoee has elections. We pulled the numbers from the first 2 days of voting. Republicans are outvoting Democrats in early voting in this 15-1.
Wow.
So now imagine you're a Democrat. Imagine you're a Democrat trying to run for office in Ocoee or something like that. And technically these offices are nonpartisan, but you know how partisan politics. You're swimming against quite a headwind right now. And so it's not only undemocratic, but in the little d sense of the word, it really hoses the party. And I expect a lot of Democratic candidates to get slaughtered in these local races.
So why do the state Democrats do that? Why is there, who would change that for whoever runs it's not the DNC, but whoever runs the Democratic Party for Florida?
Nikki Fried?
It would be Fried.
Nikki Fried, but it's the executive committee actually votes. They make the case that they have a policy. I actually shared it on Twitter. Their process. They're big on saying this is our process. Their process basically says that if there's only one real candidate, we don't want to waste time or resources. That's basically what it says on doing it. But that's not your job. That's not how democracy works. First of all. Second of all, it's just stupid strategy. Because, I could give you some of the numbers that we had right here. And voted early statewide, there's vote by mail, and vote by mail as of yesterday, 450,000 Republicans cast ballot, 30,000 Democrats cast ballot. Listen to this one. In early voting, this was on the first day when you show up to the, if you want to go do the early, 98,000 Republicans. Would you like to guess how many Democrats cast? 2,400. That's 98,000 to 2,000. That's what's happening. And that's because the Democrats decided, the Republicans could have done the same thing. Trump's a coronation.
Yeah.
We all know he's the nominee.
Sure, yeah.
but they still let the party members go out to the poll. And the point I make to Democrats in Florida who say, well, this is our process, I'd say, well, your process sucks. And it's also unlike the process in virtually every state, because you're reading the results. You see the results of what happened in Nevada or New Hampshire. They have these Democratic primaries, not here. And I think Democrats are going to suffer mightily. And one last thing, they changed the law, the legislature did, so that you have to re-register every year for these like early voting things. Well, you have to do it once a year. That means, according to the numbers I just gave you, Republicans are ahead for November, mind you. For November, like 500,000 to 40,000.
Wow.
For getting those early ballots.
Unbelievable.
If there was ever a reason to change the process and how the Democrats handle Florida, look at the results of the past 2 decades, if not further back. What more do you need? Democrats are their own worst enemy in the state of Florida.
That's a good point, Jack. That's the old Dr. Phil line where they defend what they're doing, and he says, how's that working out for you?
Right.
Democrats have not unseated a statewide Republican in 3 decades. Since the Golden Girls were on TV, they have not unseated a single Republican, and they're still like, no, we got this.
Yeah.
And how's that working out for you? Well, Scott, it's always good talking to you, buddy. You guys good and loud for Scott Maxwell?
We have a little
Good luck tomorrow in Palatka, Jim. We are all rooting for
Hold
it.
on, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And, of course, every day on Twitter at Scott_Maxwell. But we're going to give you even more Scott Maxwell.
Yeah, that's right.
Because tomorrow I'm leaving to go to play my golf tournament at home. Woo! And Ross actually has to be out tomorrow because of a previous gig. So that leaves Deb and Jack. And I'm never going to leave it in the hands of Jack.
No.
Never going to do that.
He doesn't want the show to get better.
So our very good friend Scott Maxwell will be in all day tomorrow hanging out with the guys.
Yay! Thank you, Scott.
I am looking forward to it. We'll have fun. But Jim, I hope you kick some Palatka tail.
Yeah, practice run tomorrow, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll give you updates for sure. Thanks, Scott. It's always good seeing you.
Scott, are we going to do an old-fashioned tasting tomorrow?
Oh, you son of a bitch. How dare you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. You want me to bring you some?
Yes.
Wow, dude. Really?
What?
Have you ever been in the studio when I was here?
We've had this planned.
One time, and it was for this very thing.
Yeah.
All right, enjoy your drink. We'll see you later, buddy. All right, 407 and 916-1041. Load them up for trivia. All lines are open. Grab one now. Cool stuff to give away. We'll do it right after this.
We have a prize. You have a frog. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is 3-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The NCAA tournament field will grow by 3 more teams tonight when champions are crowned in the Patriot League, Southland, and Big Sky conferences. UCF's basketball season is over. They fell to BYU in the Big 12 tournament today. The Knights finished the campaign 17-15. End of the NBA where the Magic ride back-to-back losses into tonight's game against Brooklyn. Orlando's coming off a loss to Indiana this past weekend. I'm Scott Davidson.
Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Offer ends 4/6. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Make the most of your spring break easily. Visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. This is the only place where you can meet an astronaut, touch a moon rock, stand nose to nose with a real Space Shuttle Atlantis, and much more. Launching a bold new territory this spring at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex at a down-to-earth price, of course. Blast off, make your vacation the very best at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex with an out-of-this-world experience. And here's how you do that. You take advantage of this new 2-day ticket deal they have. It costs less than $45 a day, but offers you the maximum flexibility for the entire family. It's easy. Just visit thekennedyspacecenter.com for tickets and more information.
Orlando Science Center has spring break down to a science. Your child can play to learn in Kidstown. Now at Orlando Science Center, it's 4 floors of fun and discovery waiting for you. Explore the technology of transportation with Going Places. Build your own dream creation in the makerspace. Or get face-to-face with the T-Rex in the dinosaur exhibit. Little ones can splash, climb, and tinker their way to learning in Kidstown. And more. Admission includes access to all exhibits, movies, and live shows. Get tickets and info at osc.org.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie. Now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. Right now, spend $20 on select Armor All car care products and get $5 back after rebate. Plus, get 3 times O Rewards points on select Seafoam products, which means you can reach your next $5 reward even faster. Visit your new O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations, like 24/7 comedy.
If they were really donut holes, the bag would be empty.
When you need to laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
Should we call someone? I'm like, no, that's his face.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, talking about the not talking to grandmas for doing crazy things for a bit. Here I am again, by the way. My grandmother at 14 gave me my grandfather's old hunting rifle We lived on Long Island at the time. We were visiting. They lived out in the country. She tried to sneak it in the truck on our way home. So we didn't talk to Grandma for a while after that.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is right there.
What's that in the truck?
Jack is here as well.
It's a gun.
And Ross has the sauce jar. Let's get it.
All aboard. Chugga, chugga.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see Orlando City SC versus Austin FC. This match is going down March 23rd at Inter & Co Stadium. Not to mention, after the match, a little post-match concert with Vanilla Ice, Montel Jordan, and Rob Bass. That's all going down March 23rd at Inter & Co Stadium. And that is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local. Support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that's going to get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. That was quite the vacation. Clickety-clack. Back to you.
Thanks, Deb. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Ross, who goes first today,
Let's
buddy?
keep this Mark train going. Let's go with Mark number 2.
Mark number 2 right there on line 4. Mark, how are you, boss?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, buddy. Would you like to play a little game with us?
I absolutely would.
Let's do it, friend.
Game show.
All right, Mark, this is a real easy game, buddy. I got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, however, is a lie. I made it up.
No.
It's false.
No.
Liar. If you can find it, big dog, I will send you to see an Orlando City match coming up on the 23rd, where you also see my friend Ross Padgett doing his thing before and during halftime.
That's true.
Are you ready?
I absolutely am.
Here we go. On this day in 1781, that's 1781, astronomer William Herschel discovers Uranus. Here are 3 fun facts about Uranus and 1 lie I want no one to discover. Number 1, Uranus is the only planet not named after a Roman god. Number 2, Uranus is big. So big that you could fit 65 Earths inside Uranus.
Damn, what are you doing back there?
Number 3, Uranus was the first planet to be discovered using a telescope. Or lastly,
I'm going to turn off my own microphone.
Saturn isn't the only ringed planet. Uranus has got 8 of them. Which of those is a lie?
I think I'm going to go with number 3.
No, number 3 is true, buddy. Uranus was the first planet to be discovered by telescope. Had no idea this was going to happen. Ross,
I'm a professional.
Yeah, Rossi's next.
Number 3 wasn't Uranus? All right. Well, let's welcome the other Mark.
All right, very good. Mark up top. Mark, how you doing, buddy?
Real good. I'm so glad I am not Mark number 2.
All right, very good. Yeah, that's good. All right, we're talking about Uranus here, buddy. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Uranus is the only planet not named after a Roman god. Number 2, Uranus is big, so big that you could fit 65 Earths inside Uranus. Or lastly, Saturn isn't the only ringed planet. Uranus has 8 of them.
Okay. Well,
just think about Uranus. It's a big planet.
I'm thinking it is a big planet. Let's go with the last one, though.
No, that's the one, buddy. You're a winner. You're a winner. And Uranus, Uranus actually has 13 rings, not just 7. So you are a winner, buddy.
Another level of hell.
Mark, I'm going to put you on hold. Ross will take good care of you and get Uranus a joke. I mean, a ticket or whatever. Uranus is the only planet not named after a Roman god. Uranus is big, so big that you could fit 65 Earths inside it. A couple other things you may not know about Uranus before we make it over to Ross Thoughts. The original name considered for Uranus was actually Georgium Sidus.
Still better.
Yeah. Still way better. Uranus has 27 moons. Most of them are named after Shakespearean actors.
Wow.
Yeah. A day on Uranus lasts about how long?
41 hours.
41 hours is a good guess.
Ooh, I'm going to go like 3 months.
3 months? What do you think?
52 hours.
Okay, 17 hours. Here's the twist. How long is a year in Uranus? 1 Earth year. How long is a year on Uranus?
Okay, so the twist, that means it would be more than 365. It's further away from the sun. It's got a longer distance.
Yeah, this is 1 year.
Yeah, around.
Or you're saying what a year on Earth is?
Yes, exactly.
So a year on
For the
Earth,
same time
how long is that? So it's shorter.
For the same time it takes it to go around the sun.
That's how I did on the first one. I did the opposite of what he was asking.
I'll go 480 days.
Okay.
470.
All right.
I'm going to go 3.5 months.
It's an 84 years.
What?
So Uranus goes around the sun
understands what you're saying.
once every 84 years. In other words, for the Earth to go around the sun, it's 1 year, right? That's kind of easy. For Uranus to go around the Earth, it's 84 years.
So that's not an Earth year on Uranus. It's how long does Uranus take to complete a revolution around the sun?
Yeah, it is.
I can't say Uranus
but
anymore.
they compare that to Earth years. How they compared it in the question.
I am holding it in.
Yeah. Uranus has rings.
Hardly.
I told you 13. And then lastly here, Uranus was named after the Greek god of the sky. And it's weird. I never knew this. And the Greek god of the sky was named Chaos.
Oh, wow.
So Uranus was actually named after the Greek god of the sky, Chaos. There you go. And now you know more about Uranus. All right. Ross, thoughts?
See, I was good there at the end.
You got them all out. That's good.
Not really.
So I have now felt the power that is owning a different car after a beater of all of my 20s.
But you made quite the switch, too.
I made a big switch, and I'm here to officially tell you how much better my life has gotten just by driving a different car.
All right, we'll do that next.
Straight up.
Orlando City heads to the ATL to face Atlanta United FC for a Sunday showdown. Coverage begins this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at heavy traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound between US 27 and the 429, and between Osceola Parkway and 535. Delays also reported for those traveling between Cayley Street and Robinson Street through downtown. Looking at some moderate slowdowns now for those taking the Turnpike north and southbound in the Kissimmee area and near the Oakland Exchange exit. If you see any traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Life Imaging FLA, man, let me tell you something. These guys are changing people's lives every day. One of those people is my mother-in-law. Matter of fact, this morning I got a call from my mother-in-law saying that her full body scan came in perfectly clear, and you could just feel the sigh of relief. That's the great thing about Life Imaging FLA. It's no problem to recommend this to your mom, your dad, your mother-in-law, your sister, your uncle, whatever the case may be. It's time to be that hero. Tell your friends and family about Life Imaging FLA, because here's the deal. You don't know. Until you look inside, you don't know. You may think things are fine. We've heard that from testimonials before. Couples going in, one person think they have the problem. It turned out their spouse had the problem, rushed into surgery, saving their lives. Over 70 people have had their lives altered or saved by Life Imaging FLA, and you can do that same thing. Do not wait one more second. Do exactly what I did, and it's easy, guys. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, by the way. You don't take off your clothes or no dyes. This entire thing only takes a couple minutes. And if you're claustrophobic, you never go inside the tube. My father-in-law is claustrophobic, did not go inside, perfectly fine. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that call today. Make this the year that you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Tax time means a much-needed cash bonus for many people. But for business owners, it can mean the opposite. Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill, Mitsubishi in DeLand. My accountant said I need to reduce my tax burden now. So I'm going to overpay for your old car because I'd rather give you the money than the government. Get up to $4,297 more for your old car than it's actually worth. No matter where you bought the car, no matter how many miles are on it. It's simple. Trade in your old car you hate driving and get a new car today like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. That That means most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. RC Hill Mitsubishi specializes in approving customers with below average credit scores. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. This month, my prices will not be beat. This sale ends when my accountant says enough is enough. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and now in Ocala. Or visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Are your energy costs through the roof? FAS Windows and Doors is now offering buy 3, get 1 free windows on any project. This is a plain and simple deal that homeowners can receive at the time of signing. FAS also offers 24-month financing. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 24 months with this new financing option available from FAS. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS Windows and Doors today or visit us online at faswd.com. That's faswd.com.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
If you've ever considered a career in the skilled trades industry but you don't know where to start, come visit the job fair at Kalos Services in Claremont on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're hiring for several positions across all trades, including commercial and residential HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and more. We're offering on-the-spot interviews and provide on-the-job training, so no prior experience is required. To find out more, visit kalosflorida.com/jobs or text or call 352-243-7099.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, this is Kansas Trucker. With my parents both being teachers in Fort Lauderdale, they're off through the summer. 2 times through the summer, they came over and grabbed up our kids, 8 and 9, and took them to Disney World. We didn't know they were gone. Nothing like waking up, finding your kids are gone. You get a phone call 2 3 hours from Fort Pierce. They have the kids. And my daughter came back with Mickey Mouse earrings.
Thanks. Oh. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, they're here as well. Let's get some thoughts. Here's Ross.
It's weird. It's funny.
Imposter syndrome.
Sometimes.
You guys hear that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ross.
Right?
Yeah.
Spelled like sauce.
I got that.
It's Ross Thoughts.
You have it?
I have imposter syndrome with my car.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? You know, like
in other words, you're not that guy.
I think I might have bit off more than I could chew.
Oh yeah, how's that?
Because like I really like it. I love my new car.
It is quite the sled.
It is. That thing can giddy up. I love hitting sport mode. I love on ramps.
Don't you live in sport mode?
I live in sport mode on the highways when I'm, chilling around, going 30, 40. I'll throw it in the EV, let it cruise.
All right.
See that little battery charge up, like my little hand hand pedals.
Uh-huh.
What are they called? Like Triptonics or something?
Yeah, Tiptronic shifting.
Yeah, well, mine isn't shifting. It's braking, and then it charges the battery.
Ah, gotcha.
So instead of just braking with your foot, you can also now brake with your hand, and it slows down the car. It's pretty dope.
Regenerative braking, right?
There it is.
There you
That's
go.
the term I'm looking for. But imposter syndrome is the condition of feeling anxious and not experiencing success internally despite being high-performing in external objective ways, a.k.a. I'm uncomfortable with how nice my car is.
Right. Because you don't feel that you fit the image of someone who would be in a car like that.
I need straighter teeth to own this car.
No, you don't. You just look like a tech mogul.
Well, the thing is that, like, I know what I look like in this car because I still get, like, really excited when I hit my power window and it goes down one shot. I don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything else. That's the greatest.
You know, I don't have to, like, over the pants it on the
one
manual
flick.
thing.
Just a flick, one flick.
Yeah, I just hit the button.
Oh, yeah.
And usually people who, you know, I could afford this car. It's not like I bought a car I couldn't afford, but people who are used to cars like that, they hit it. They don't pretend like anything big is happening. I hit it. I go, here we go.
Worked again.
Worked again, baby.
It worked again.
And now, granted, that's probably me and my puppy-esque ways of just being grateful for everything and being so entertained just by it all.
Do you get the feeling sometimes that you're like, oh, I got to take this back eventually? Do you get the feeling like it's a borrowed car, but it kind of takes a little bit to sink in, and that's your ride now?
Yeah, and I park differently now because I have a car that I care about. I'm a good 5 yards away from curbs.
I'd say you're not rolling near that curb.
I was going Hubcap City my entire life, and like one of the things that I understand it's egotistical, but I just really wanted wheels. I wanted rims. I didn't want hub. I wanted to have a car once in my life that wasn't hubbing it.
All right.
All right. This thing's got wheels. I am I am parking away from curbs. Every time I turn on my AC.
Oh, man.
I get a little uncomfortable with how relaxed I get.
Too cold.
Too cold. Whoa, burr.
Back it off.
It got me Gucci Man burn. It's so cold in the thing. And then and this is probably one of the dumbest I ever look at a red light. Whenever I turn it a little bit colder, my dial turns blue.
Really?
Whenever I
like
turn
that.
it up, it goes red.
Damn, that's fancy.
I know. And it makes me so uncomfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It bugs me knowing that I could have gotten something else that I didn't care to wash.
Uh-huh.
I kind of miss not caring about washing.
Because you're washing all the time now?
I haven't washed yet.
You haven't washed this car yet?
I don't know how. I don't know what to do. I've never, honestly, genuinely, breaking news, never washed my car in the last 14 years.
Yeah, get good car wash stuff. And get one of those fuzzy gloves. It's a glove. You put it on your hand. You wash it like that. Don't use just like dish liquid, stuff like that. Don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, just get some. They make a kit.
That
you
was
get
a
an
thing.
AutoZone.
With a lint-free towel to dry it.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people will warn you against going to car wash places,
right?
Because of the damage that potentially could do to your paint.
Right, if you do it a lot there, and you shouldn't have to wash it a bunch,
Yeah, I don't think
It's
so.
white.
And you don't want to have to. You don't want to wax it a
It's
bunch.
pearl.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
It's a limited edition colorway.
Oh, that's like dirty white.
Pearl is not dirty white. It's off-white with shine.
Have you run through an entire tank of gas through there yet?
I have.
You know exactly what your optimum gas mileage is?
I think my speedometer
I'm so interested
or
in this.
odometer,
Yeah, Jack cannot go to the board.
whatever mutter that it is, my MPG is 42.2.
Bravo.
Are you serious for
That's-
a car that big?
Yeah, and that's lower than advertised, but I kind of knew that going into the car.
So lower than advertised. What's it supposed to get?
I think 47 city,
Son
44
of a bitch, are you
highway.
kidding?
Yeah.
For that big ass sled?
So I think, do you know what your car weighs?
No idea.
Okay, don't worry about it. But because I think mine's heavier. I've been playing this game I've been coasting everywhere, driving people behind me nuts. I today hit 44 0.0 miles per gallon.
Damn.
Total average
Wow.
over the year I've had this car.
That's incredible.
It's tough. And mine is only billed as 41. It's supposed to get 41, 42.
And
Man,
then
that's bananas.
what I'm doing, though, the reason why I think that's a little bit lower than it could be is because I'm having fun, man. I'm throwing in sport mode.
Guess what? I don't sniff sport mode. That guy lives in it.
Man, I've got a heads-up display.
Got a tattoo of it.
I know we've talked about the heads-up display, but if you
pretty
want to
cool.
really feel like Minority Report,
Yeah.
but without the whole, like, you murdered someone, get a heads-up display in your car. The little screen that's on the windshield, that's a reflection of the screen.
Now, do they just give you the speed, or do they give you other information as well?
You ready for more uncomfortable, Ross? What do you want? You want a compass? I got you. You want GPS? Got you.
See, my
directions right there on the windshield. I don't like myself.
I think my wife's old car just had that, but it was just like the speed. I don't believe it had like gas or anything like that. It was just how fast you were going. That was it. It had it in analog like that, and then it had a digital number, and it was so great because it was so small that you couldn't. It wasn't intrusive, but you could easily see it to know exactly what it was, which is great, by the way, because sometimes your steering wheel will block all that out, like it does on my pickup truck.
And just to confirm, my car is a 2021 Honda Accord hybrid.
Coupe.
No, four-door.
No, it's a sedan.
Yeah,
4-door.
It's a big car, and it's just every time I sit in it and I turn on. I know I'm bragging. I know I'm touring, right? When I turn on, I didn't even know this is a thing. AC seats. When I turn on the AC seats, I'm like, oh, I need worse stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Wait till summertime.
Oh, wait till summer, buddy, when that thing is blowing cold air and your ass is on fire from sweat.
I got to tell you, too, the AC seats, what a weird sensation that is.
You feel wet.
You feel wet.
You feel like you feel like you're wet.
Yeah.
It's great. Wait till dude, I wasn't joking. Wait until summer when you get in there, you got some sweat going, and then you sit on that thing. You will constantly wonder if there's a puddle under you.
I get way too excited whenever I hit the thing on the roof,
for the
and then all my
sunroof.
sunglasses pop out.
So good.
It's just plastic with a nice, but you should see this spring-loaded action.
Yeah.
Shout out to the car makers who are like, no. When they push something, it should start off fast and then end slow.
Yeah, like good cabinets are in your house. That soft close.
I have no problem saying that's a sexy-ass move from an inanimate object.
Now, let me ask you, because this is inevitable, right? Because this is one of those things. So this is like getting a hot tub on your pool, right? You build a pool, you get a hot tub. Even the people building it will go, yeah, you'll go in there pretty quick. You'll go in there a lot, like at first, and then you'll find yourself not going in there very often, which was 1,000% true. We went in it a lot at first. Don't go in it so much anymore. Don't go in it as often. Sunroof. Now, sunroof is one of those things where when you first get it, especially in the spring, like you get your car, that thing's down every minute. You would have lived life.
Yeah.
That thing won't see the light of day in 3 months. You won't open it.
So what do you consider open? Just the
wedge?
The condom? Or the first layer of protection?
I tilt mine.
You go tilt?
I just tilt mine up.
Tilt? So, you get like a little quarter chub on your sunroof. She
can flick stubs out of it.
Yeah. I go all the way back.
Yeah. You go all the way. You're completely open.
Yeah. And then I put my hand up there and I just pop and lock. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Everybody does that.
Everyone does that. Especially, and that's what I mean. Like, I have a nice car. It's got a sunroof. It's got cool little bells and whistles. But then there I am going 82 for like the fourth time in my life, having way too much fun with my hand out the sunroof going, whoa, like physics, air. It makes my hand go down, and then it makes it go back up.
But I would think that you wouldn't want it because you can't hear anything. Like when you have the sunroof open, it affects how the stereo sounds and stuff like that. That's why I didn't care for mine.
It does, but then my hair starts going, and I feel like a strong, independent woman. I'm making my way downtown. I feel good about myself when the sunroof is up.
Yeah.
But as soon as I start feeling that, I'm like, man, maybe it's really hard to shake not deserving your last car.
Yeah.
It almost feels like this is, it's not real.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You asked earlier, it's like, you still feel like you have to return it.
Yeah.
There's definitely that.
Yeah, it feels like, I got to take it back tomorrow. We've had fun while it lasted.
And then like my middle console, it's 2 stories. It's like a 2-bed, 1 bath.
That's nice.
It's got like
a
little
mother-in-law suite?
Yeah, a little mom-in-law suite. So many things that I like about it. I love showing up to open mics now. I love showing up to comedy shows
Right.
and all the comedians because I was always the beater guy. Oh,
Right,
there
right.
goes Ross in his meth head Nissan.
Yeah.
But now I show up and they're
Right.
like, ooh,
ballin'.
Yeah, now he does. Since he started doing his jokes to 17 people,
Yeah,
let me tell you what, for free, that is what gets you.
Yeah, it's not just free popcorn, guys. It's also a lot of debt on a big down payment on a car.
But you couldn't have got there without the pinky ring.
Yeah.
Couldn't have gotten the pinky ring
Swag daddy.
on the steering wheel.
Come on now.
Somebody mentioned your pinky ring earlier on the texting service. I don't know what for. Oh, it was during the parenting thing. They think you could take it off while parenting because they think the pinky ring sends a bad parenting note.
How about this? I actually looked it up what that guy was saying. We might need to talk about
we'll do
what
that.
that guy said after the break.
We'll do it in a sec.
Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm uncomfortable, but I really like my car. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
You deserve it.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at heavy traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound between US 27 and the 429, and between Osceola Parkway and 535. Delays also reported for those traveling between Cayley Street and Robinson Street through downtown. Looking at some moderate slowdowns now for those taking the Turnpike north and southbound in the Kissimmee area and near the Oakland Exchange exit. If you see any traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Man, here in Central Florida, it can be a roller coaster when it comes to the weather. It's going to be super hot this weekend, and then Monday back down in the 60s, in some places in the 40s. So look, man, Mills Air is the place where you need to kind of get a relationship begun so that you can have protection for your AC. The preventive maintenance plan over there is an absolute must. These guys have been doing it for 30 plus years. Let them apply that experience to your AC system to make sure it never breaks. Now, it doesn't even matter what kind of AC you have. These techs are awesome people, and they know this stuff inside and out. And if you do happen to need a new unit, they're Carrier factory authorized dealers. That could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier for sure, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today. Schedule that appointment now before it gets too brutally hot. It's 407-277-1159. Make your appointment online at millsair.com.
Tax time means a much-needed cash bonus for many people. But for business owners, it can mean the opposite. Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill, Mitsubishi, and DeLand. My accountant said I need to reduce my tax burden now. So I'm going to overpay for your old car because I'd rather give you the money than the government. Get up to $4,297 more for your old car than it's actually worth. No matter where you bought the car, no matter how many miles are on it. It's simple. Trade in your old car you hate driving and get a new car today like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. That means most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. RC Hill Mitsubishi specializes in approving customers with below average credit scores. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. This month, my prices will not be beat. This sale ends when my accountant says enough is enough. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and now in Ocala. Or visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. aspireallergy.com and tackle your allergies head on.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. They also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney. And make sure everyone has a place to sit with outdoor furniture from Pollywood. And now they have a service technician specializing in grills to help with any repair or warranty issues. Get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, including their new store in Hamlin, just open. Or you can shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Regulated activities performed by a licensed affiliate.
I had no idea I could sell my life insurance policy.
Norman and Nancy Duggan for Coventry Direct.
We were about to let Norman's policy lapse because premiums have become expensive. Our kids are doing well on their own, so we just don't need it anymore.
Then Nancy called Coventry.
They were so helpful, answering all of our questions.
If you're over 65 and have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may qualify.
After this past year, we're celebrating life. We've booked some long overdue travel, and we're able to pay for our grandkids' college.
Coventry Direct has helped thousands live the life they want to live. Pay for unplanned medical expenses or supplement retirement income. When it comes to selling your life insurance, Coventry has you covered. Call 1-800-607-9400 or visit CoventryDirect.com to learn more about how you can get cash by selling your life insurance. Call 800-607-9400.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Just dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America, and now the universe's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. A1 is also your one call for garage floors and garage storage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of a repair. Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
A1 from day one.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie, now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. You'll get 2 times rewards points on select purchases, including 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95 and receive a $10 O'Reilly gift card after rebate. Plus, buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle down. We surrender.
Women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Beat the buzzer and get closeout pricing on all remaining 2023 models at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey guys, this is especially for Ross. Hey, my 3-year-old granddaughter, it's all about YouTube. Miss Rachel, Little Einsteins, snippets of Bluey. She won't watch a real TV show anymore. Movies she's all about, but, you know, a kid's show, got to be on YouTube or she won't watch it. Love the show, guys.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Bye.
The Bubble Guppies was a big deal too, right? Is that the Bubble Guppies? Is that?
Don't know Bubble Guppies. I remember Young Einsteins and stuff. But.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. Deb is there.
Hello. Jack. Teletubbies.
And Ross. Yeah, Teletubbies was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That baby head is like, they're old now.
So crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so crazy. So we did get a text a bit ago about when we were talking about the grandparent thing, and somebody texted something about your pinky ring.
Yeah.
And what was it? It was I read it as we were coming back on the air, so I didn't get to read the entire thing.
So his text was, Jim, Jack, please have a heart-to-heart talk with Sauce about accessorizing with a pinky ring, especially if he's going to be a father soon. Ooh.
Yeah, that's serious.
Besides looking a little metrosexual,
Okay.
pinky rings are for those with histrionic personality disorder.
Really? I don't even know what that is. Is it
So?
hysteria? Like a hysteria thing? Is that what that means? Oh, gosh. Hysteriontic?
Histrionic?
Yeah, that's a Def Leppard album.
History.
Just a little joke.
I mean,
80s metal joke.
hysteria,
Anybody?
yeah, I'm with you.
Anybody?
I'm with you
Okay.
on that.
I'll see you guys next
Yeah,
week.
So as soon as you're accused of having a disorder, you got to look it up, right?
Yeah.
It's telling me that it's a mental health condition marked by unstable emotions.
Really?
A distorted self-image and an overwhelming desire to be noticed. People with HPD often behave dramatically or inappropriately to get attention.
So basically drama queens.
Yeah.
Drama queens.
Drama queen is what that means, right?
Yeah.
So do you think, are you trying to get attention by wearing a pinky ring, or are you just trying to set a new standard for yourself? And by the way, does that have a meaning like the old left earring had for men for a while?
Nah,
is there a designator? No?
No, I at least to me, I mean, I'm
doesn't mean I'm into dancing or crossbows.
Yeah.
or anything like that. You never know. I mean,
So by that, it's like you're doing it to get attention. But back to the thing that Deb mentioned earlier, the guy with the sink. Like anyone who takes a snake out in public.
Yeah.
Couldn't you say that applies as well?
Well, you walk around with a bird on your.
They're only doing it to get attention.
Well, that's it. That's his career. They are charging money to take photos with the snake.
But trust me, it turned into that. I mean, I don't think you guy goes, you know what, I need a 30-foot python to hang around my body so I can go make a few bucks. I think maybe snake people took it out in the public, realized people are willing to come up.
Isn't it really why people bring their dogs to public places? To get attention.
Yeah.
Especially when they dress them up.
That's too bitter of an outlook for me.
Too bitter?
Sorry.
For you?
No, of Jack saying, like, why do people take their dogs out to public for attention? I'm like, well, maybe they just want to kick it with their dog out in a park or Arby's or whatever.
No one wants your dog on Park Avenue, even if they put out water bowls.
Do you feel like you have any connection with what that guy said with your pinky ring? And do me a favor, remind me why you chose to now rock said pinky ring.
So I didn't really go into it with full intention of becoming a pinky ring guy. I think I didn't choose the pinky ring kind of chose me.
Okay, I got you. Right, yeah.
You know,
they do that.
Hashtag Harry Potter wand.
Right, okay.
You know, it's kind of like one of those.
All right.
It's just instead of like an old dude with a white beard, it's this guy named Alfonso.
All right.
Who has like great reviews on Yelp.
Okay, so with that said, did the announcement of your wife being pregnant have anything to do with the pinky ring? Was it like something that you maybe subconsciously you said to yourself, I need something to mark this day for me, and I'll now be able to remember back, hey, I remember when I started wearing this pinky ring.
I got the pinky ring before I found out she was pregnant.
That's right. That was from your aunt, right?
Yeah, for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We were just, at a jeweler, and she was picking up something, and then she saw me looking at a pinky ring. So then I peeped it, and then she was like, surprise.
I think the pinky ring may have helped up his swimmer's performance.
I have no doubt.
Yeah,
It's choking my pinky, a.k.a. more pressure, more PSI.
All right, yeah. More sprayability.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think that's how that works.
Now, is that it made out of any precious metal or anything? Or what is
it's got
that?
like meteorite. It's got
meteorite.
Yeah, it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's got we were talking about earlier turquoise. It's got turquoise. Arizona, big turquoise state. But so I looked up some of the symptoms though of this
Histrionic
personality disorder.
Okay, I've never even heard of this, by the way.
Never, but it says sign 1, pinky ring, check. No, it says have rapidly shifting and shallow emotions. Now, granted, I've been going through something, but I don't think that I could consider myself that.
Not shallow.
Yeah, I wouldn't say shallow. Being dramatic and extremely emotionally expressive. I've been known to do that, even to the point of embarrassing friends and family in public. I would never do that.
Yeah, I don't think you're that guy for sure.
No, you are the last person I would think of that has a histrionic personality disorder.
Be persistently...
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, please continue.
Very chill.
Okay, so...
Maybe it nicked you.
It says have a larger-than-life presence. It says...
You are a larger-than-life presence.
That one fits.
Be persistently charming and flirtatious.
Yeah, you're not flirtatious. You're relatively charming.
And when it works.
Relative. Jim called you relatively.
Yeah,
charming.
exactly.
You're charming adjacent.
Well, relatively charming coming out of gym. Dude, I'm the Fonz.
You nailed it.
I am painfully charming.
Use their physical appearance. See, I don't like this. This is why I get all.
Oh, tell us.
This is too close-minded.
Too leather jackety?
Oh, it says uses their physical appearance to draw attention to themselves by wearing bright-colored clothing or revealing clothing.
Yeah, you don't really do any of that. I mean, you have color in your life, but you're an artist. So, I mean, you're supposed to be colorful. I mean, you colorful tennis shoes, your backpack. But, I mean, that's expected.
And these are symptoms of the histrionic personality disorder effect, which apparently a lot of pinky ring people have.
Yeah, HPD, and you have to say the D very, very clearly.
Yeah.
Have difficulty maintaining relationships.
No, you don't have a problem with that. You've had long-term relationships with your friends.
Even longer than most of us.
Yeah, way longer. You've had closer relationships with your friends than I ever have.
Okay, God, this is going to make me lose my mind. Think that their relationships with others are closer than they usually are.
Really?
Like one of those side mirrors.
I have a little of that, by the way. I do have a little of that. I have a little of if it's somebody I really look up to, or I kind of get familiar too quick. I don't do it much anymore, but I used to do that quite a bit.
Oh man!
I mean, just being completely self-aware.
Oh no! So from that point of view, it's like I'm thinking Jim and I are closer than the reality of the situation or how Jim sees it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's exactly it.
Well,
I see that's a thing.
How do you find that out? Like, you guys, okay.
Well, Jack and I have painfully so much in common, it stinks. But literally, politics is the only thing that separates what we, pretty much how we look at life.
So now
and we're not even that far apart there.
But he's getting better.
Yeah. And you're not.
All right. So I was wondering, because how can you express? That's such a mind F to me. Think that their relationships with others are closer than they usually are. So how could you test what you think of Jack's relationship and what Jack thinks about Jim's relationship? Heads up, I do have an idea.
Well,
Jack,
okay. I was going to say, know what you'd be willing to do for them, then ask them to do that for you and see if they do it.
Uh-huh.
Like, come and hang a door.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Do lawn work.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, I what?
I need to paint my house. You got a pressure washer, right?
I have a painter. I have a spray.
Do you?
I have a sprayer. Yeah.
Real fast. Okay. I'm just gonna shoot.
Hey, we're getting somewhere. Hang on, Ross.
I'm gonna shoot my.
Jack's negotiating for my stuff.
I'm gonna
give him a minute.
Shoot my shot here.
Okay. Be careful.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
Don't say it out loud, both of you.
Am I writing this down?
Okay. Scale of 1 to 10. What is your relationship? 10 being the closest, 1 being the furthest that you guys have with each other. You guys have your number? All right, do some math. I think Jim's subtracting. That's the face that he's giving me right now.
That's a subtracting.
I'm trying to remember the rules that apply to negative integers. No, I don't know.
Wait, don't say
a
it.
number.
Don't say
No,
it.
he can say it. I wrote mine down.
You guys are going to say it at the same time.
Okay, hold on for a second. Let me make sure I'm in on this. Now, ask me the question again.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10.
1. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Your relationship with Jack, 10 being the closest, 1 being the least.
Okay. And you want to count us
On a
down? Jack, you have a number?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay,
I do.
all right, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
7.
Oh, my God! Let's go!
All right.
I think we should hug.
Let's go!
Do it. Come on over, Jack.
That was freaking cute.
And let me give you an example. Like I don't really hang out with anybody. I talk about Code Black all the time, but we rarely see each other because I live out in the middle of nowhere and I spend most of the time with my wife and my kids. So I have a great respect for Jack, love Jack greatly. We just don't get to hang out socially much. It's that simple. I mean, would you agree the same way, Jack?
Yes.
We've known each other almost
25 years.
Almost said the F word there. We've just
Jack saw
known
that
each other
coming.
so long. It would be impossible for us not to like each other and work in this environment, considering what we've been through together as employees and friends.
Oh, man.
That's the truth.
So,
I mean, if I was going to get married, that would be a guy I'd have at my wedding.
That's right. You mother. Come on, Jack.
I love how
Come
you
on.
said that's right.
What am I going to pay to get out of that? How much is it going to cost me for you to forget that?
You might have to renew your
And
vows.
I know you got a
I
price.
think renew your vows in Hawaii and invite me. And pay for my trip.
This,
I'll get you a pinky ring.
Histrionic personality disorder. I scrolled down. It says, what causes this disorder?
Boy, Deb, you're about the opposite of all these, by the way. Go ahead.
Genetics.
Okay.
All right. Duh. Everything is genetics to a certain degree. It says childhood trauma. Children may cope with trauma such as child abuse or the death of a family member that later, as an adult, may be disruptive or problematic in their life and become part of a personality disorder.
I would think that someone who got ignored a lot in their life from their parents or friends would have something like this, where they would want to always be an extrovert to try to get the attention they did not get when they were children.
Or they were spoiled.
Yeah.
And that
They had
adult
to
level
continue.
when you have to, do for yourself, it's like, well, I don't want to.
Yeah, this is, I don't know.
Somebody's texted us and said, I dated someone with histrionic personality disorder, and it was an actual nightmare.
Yeah.
And that cannot be any. And the person who texted about the pinky ring says, you are not HPD.
It sounds like somebody who just really is, just maybe not very confident and has some, just some self-image issues maybe. I don't know.
The person who texted that said he's either histrionic. The other option was mafioso.
That's right. Because every guy in The Sopranos wore a pinky ring, right?
Ross, are you in the family?
You in a mom? Dude.
This thing of ours, La Cosa Nostra?
This thing of ours, I love it.
This thing of us? This thing of us? You guys want to talk about business, or do you want to talk about games? Or do you want to talk about business about games?
Let me see if I can put my wedding ring on my pinky ring and see if I can make something happen.
Oh, Antonio, more bread!
Oh!
Yeah, douse it in the olive oil. Yeah, I'm a mafioso.
You gotta cut the garlic thin.
I go ahead and I sell really weird things on the black market, like bathroom rugs. Pantyhose. Random things that I find at garage sales.
We jack the legs delivery.
Mafiosos, back in the day, we used to whack people.
Yeah.
We used to munch pasta and talk about drugs.
So glad you said pasta.
But 2024,
no doubt.
we got to go to garage sales, real estate. When people die, I buy their stuff legally.
Yeah,
and I flip it for about 12%.
Loan shark action, yeah.
2024 mafioso.
Yeah. Loan 1,000, 40%.
I'm a 2024 mob boss, so don't call me he, they, them.
Compounded hourly.
Let me tell you how I like my pasta. Vegan.
I'm from the 3rd Street Wokes. Man, I miss that show so much. God, it's so good.
Sopranos?
Oh my God, it was so good. And it's so funny seeing seeing all the characters from The Sopranos now. Like Christopher, it's
gray
like
hair, solid
like
gray hair,
70. Yeah. Gandolfini's dead.
Yeah.
Everybody's dead. Paulie's dead.
Oh,
they're all
is he?
dead.
Oh,
yeah.
I just watched the first episode again. I was gonna try and restart it and go through it again.
Of Sopranos?
Yeah.
I think that would be so weird. I have a hard time watching movies for the second time. It has to be something like really cool and kind of hit that thing. I just have a hard time doing that. But
I'm with you.
I don't know if I could watch a series all the way through.
I could watch Dune 2 right now.
Really?
It is the first movie in a long time that I would be like, run it back the next day.
Yeah.
I've got to see that scene again.
I've
got to hear that music again.
It's almost always just comedies I do that with. Because for some reason, comedies with their good comedies, good writing or whatever, it just puts you in a good mood. I mean, but it's not uncommon for me to drive home and just listen to stand-up, off of YouTube. And we're not talking stand-up where, hey, brought to you, it's like a Netflix special. I will straight up listen to Tonight Show appearances from these people from years ago, just because it's raw and new and,
See, I don't think I would watch a comedy again. I know I have, but I wouldn't prefer it. I rather. Those dense movies, like the Dune movies, are thick with content.
Yeah.
You watch it 3 times, and then on the 3rd time, you're like, I understand it all. And I know that's not the biggest selling point for a movie, but there's just so much lore in only 2.5 hours that when you rewatch it, you will learn something all for the first time.
You watch movies twice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Disney movies, though, right?
No. I mean, any movie that I've loved.
Really?
Alien, Shawshank, Green Mile.
Yeah.
You name it. If
TV
it's
shows? Not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah, I don't know
that
what that
moment kind of.
Because here's the thing with it: the movie's going to be over in 2 hours. If you start, The Sopranos again, how many seasons? Like 11 seasons of that or whatever it is.
I don't know. I've only got through the first episode.
Have your kids seen it?
They have not.
Do your kids ask you about music that you listened to as a kid to kind of get retrospective of music from like when you were young?
My youngest is now did Depeche Mode Violator, has been listening to The Cure and stuff, and we've actually been going through my CDs, which I still have.
Oh, man.
Which is very cool.
It's not having the CDs, having a player. Find a player.
Yeah. It's funny because my wife has a new CD coming out, and we talked about, how you market it. And I'm like, listen, I don't even have a CD player at the radio station. When people send us CDs, we have no way to play a CD.
Right, you have to email it to us.
It's all links and MP3s.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We have 4 lines open for last call if you want to grab one of those. A little joke, something fun, a callback, anything to make us laugh. It's your turn to do the show. Make it fast, make it funny. 407-916-1041. 4 lines open. Grab one. We'll do last call, and you heard it here first next.
Got something to say?
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Barney.
Call now, 407-916-1041. Last call, sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250, keyword free hard scan.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergen here. Mostly sunny for the next few days with temperatures in the 80s. We're near 90 Saturday, Sunday. Watching a cold front for Monday with some showers and storms. No big deal, but a few showers and storms setting us up for gusty winds, dropping temperatures, and much cooler air Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week with highs near 70 and overnight lows in the 40s and 50s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
With new doors by Renewal by Andersen, you can cut back on energy usage, boost your home's curb appeal, and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen makes that transition easy for you thanks to a selection of beautiful, functional replacement doors that are as beautiful as they are convenient. And their windows and doors are built solid and yet so easy to open and close, and just as important, easy to clean. That's because every patio door by Renewal by Andersen is built with their exclusive Fibrex material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl and features a 5-point locking system, which improves energy efficiency and, better yet, an increased level of security. Renewal by Andersen products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will find anywhere, and they're even transferable if you sell your house. Get started now. During the month of March, buy 1 window and or patio door and get 40% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit RBAFLA.com for details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
The following is a promotion of Guarantee Media and not iHeartMedia or this station. Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. You know it? A country that doesn't have the letter A on its name, and you'll go on a cruise to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 5-day cruise. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. Text a country without the letter A in its name to 96551. This is not a contest. It is a paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. we reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Radio.
Radio. 104.1. Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thank you so much for tuning in every single day. We appreciate that. A lot of options out there. The fact that you choose us is awesome. A couple things. If you want to help us out on YouTube, that would be great. Go to JimColbertLive.com. Click through to our YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe and like. Trying to make it up to 5,000 followers and above. And also, you can check us out on social media as well. All the accounts are right there. And if you missed any part of the show, anything you like, JimColbertLive.com. That's where you'll find all of the podcasts. We'll break out the good stuff in the goods, including our Tom Segura interview from last week. All that cool stuff is right there at the goods. Again, that's JimColbertLive.com. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Let's do You Heard It Here First.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, again, it gives us an opportunity to share some breaking stories with you that happened while we were on the air. So let's jump in. A team of U.S. Marines is heading to Haiti to help protect the American embassy. This after the nation's prime minister stepped down following months of unrest and gang violence. The team was deployed to Port-au-Prince to increase security at the embassy, which remains open, although with limited operations. The U.S. military first flew in forces Sunday to airlift non-essential personnel out of the country. In the meantime, more resources are heading to South Florida in anticipation for a surge of people fleeing the unrest in Haiti. Governor Ron DeSantis ordered more than 200 law enforcement officers, state guardsmen, and soldiers to the region, as well as the Keys earlier today. They'll be using resources to monitor the state's airways and coast. The governor's office says the effort is to not only stop a potential influx of illegal immigration from Haiti, but is necessary when a state faces the possibility of invasion.
There you go.
And then finally, the armorer on the set of Rust has her sentencing date for the fatal on-set shooting. Hannah Gutierrez-Reed faces up to 18 months behind bars and will find out her fate on April 15th. She was charged in January 2023 with involuntary manslaughter and later evidence tampering.
Yeah.
The jury reached its verdict quickly last week, finding her guilty on the first charge, innocent on the second. Cinematographer Helena Hutchins died in 2021 from star Alec Baldwin's gun. Baldwin is set to go on trial for involuntary manslaughter in July.
There you go.
And that's it. You heard it here first on
Thanks,
the Jim
Deb.
Colbert Show.
Appreciate that very much. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We do have 2 lines open for last call if you want to grab one of those. Again, that's 407-916-1041. 2 lines open and 1 line open. We just filled that one up. We'll get to you guys here in 1 sec. Coming up tomorrow, we have Danny Meyering in, Date Night Done Right. Find out what's going on in Orlando this weekend. We also have our buddy Glenn Klausman in for Colbert Court. Now, I'm out tomorrow. Ross is out tomorrow. Scott Maxwell's going to be in with Deb and Ross. Is it just the 3 of you guys, or we have anybody else?
Yeah. Me, Deb, and Scott tomorrow.
Very nice. More prizes to give away as well. And then we'll be back. I'll be back on Monday. Ross will be back on Friday.
Yeah.
And do you guys have special guest in for Friday as well?
We do. Actually, no. And tomorrow we'll also have Sabrina from the News Junkie coming on for a segment. She's going to update us on this Saturday's big event, Just Okay 8.
That's right.
Yeah. And on Friday, we have a lot of surprises that we are not going to reveal just yet.
Very nice.
Good save, Jack.
Yeah, you can save.
Good save, man. Awesome.
And then make sure you pay attention on our social. I'm going to put up updates on some golf as we kind of go forward. I'm going to try to chronicle the trip as I move through it and give you some ideas on my scores.
Oh,
I'm
very
playing the first flight. Looks like I'm going to have to shoot maybe 375s or so to have a chance up there. We'll see how it goes.
Quick note about tomorrow, because tomorrow is also the Tom Segura comedy show at the Kia Center. And for all of our winners from last week that will be joining us in a suite there, we're getting those tickets tomorrow. You will be emailed those tickets tomorrow.
Very nice.
By early afternoon.
Very nice.
So we will be set to go. I did confirm all that today.
And then a complete review on Friday, I'm sure, of the show and how it went and the crowd and the whole 9 yards.
Candace is going to be joining us. Scott Maxwell.
Damn, that sounds fun,
joining us. Yep. Ryan Holmes from the Monsters will be
Nice.
joining us.
I'm bringing a special guest also on Friday.
Very nice.
I know this guy. He's essentially the face of downtown Orlando to
Really?
me. His name is Jari Nose.
Very nice.
And here's the thing. He does not lie. So he has all of his up-to-date reports about downtown Orlando.
Very nice. I like that. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank Angie, CG, Gracie, and Icicle from the Humane Society of Lake County. Again, I'll be posting the Animal House podcast later on tonight, just in case you missed it. Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, who'll be playing the part of a radio co-host tomorrow. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate that so much. Jack, we have a question today, buddy?
We do. Are you strict about manners with your kids?
Okay, that's a good question. We
And
talked
where
about
do
that a
you-
little bit earlier in the show.
Where do you think it came in?
You know what, man? I got to tell you, I think a lot of our audience has our same sensibilities. I'm going to say like 75% of the audience makes their children adhere to stuff like that.
Little less, about 68%.
No, not bad, though.
Not bad at
I'm
all.
proud of you guys. Good job. You should make your kids act like that.
Yes, sir.
Better people. Ross, stand up?
Yes, at the end of the month, March 30th, downtown Ocala, Marion Theater. You can get your tickets at rosscomedy.com.
That's right. Ross Padgett on all social media platforms as well. Let's get to it. Let's do last call. Richard, last call.
Hey, so my dentist, he pulled the wrong tooth. He said it was accidental.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Pausing. Stacy. Last call, Stacy.
Hey guys, I have a sore throat, but I wanted to let you know, the Never-Ending Story. I watched it with my 7-year-old granddaughter. You know what she said?
What'd she say?
Does this movie ever end?
Oh, my God. Oh, my. Did you hear her giggle?
Oh, she lost it.
Her giggle.
It's the mousiest of mousiest.
It is the mousiest of mousiest.
Oh.
All right, let's go to
Is that a bad thing?
Ivanhoe Dave, last call.
Hey, 2 quick things. So I'm almost done with season 2 of The Tourist, and man, what a show! And also, if you want to talk to your people with the pints and pups and suds thing, obviously, I work in sales for a local tent company, and that they need the tents for that event. I'd be willing to possibly work a really good deal out for them, or even donate some tents for them.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. We appreciate that. Make sure to get it's Deb@realradio.fm.
That's it. Yeah, definitely reach out.
Yeah, Deb@realradio.fm. She is the go-to for this gig. It's her gig from beginning to end, and we basically follow her lead. And if she feels that we need tents for that, we'll do it. I think maybe the weather report up there close will be a better indicator. of
Yeah,
what we need.
exactly.
We got lucky last year. It was nice. Let's get to Mike Larson. Last call.
Stacy, call back. We love your giggle. We love your jokes. This is Mike, the legend, Buster Larson here, trying to make up for yesterday's bad joke. Jimmy, what's the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball?
Oh, here we go.
Geez, Mike, I don't know. What is the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball?
A guy will actually search for a golf ball.
Okay, buddy.
Oh, that's worth it.
He's not wrong.
I didn't even allow him to say, give me the buzzer. I can't even give him that good. All right, let's get one more out here. Party Mom, last call. Take us home.
So what do Captain Kirk and a folded up toilet paper have in common?
I do not know. What do Captain Kirk and folded up toilet paper have in common?
Well, they both hunt around Uranus
Oh, God.
looking for Klingons.
Okay.
Smoke weed every day.
Thanks, Party Mom.
Good
I
one,
appreciate
Party
that
Mom.
very much.
I thought it was something with Shatner.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I
good
thought.
one.
But that's why I kind of moaned a little bit.
I know. That's a good one.
All right, big day coming up tomorrow. Like I said, Danny Meyer going to be in. Glenn Klausman for Colbert Court. The guys will be killing it. Scott Maxwell is a special guest as well. Let's see. That's it. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us is Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Wednesday evening.
Yeah, go put some hump in your day. Bye.
I say ginger brandy.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
Looking at heavy traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound between US 27 and the 429 and between Osceola Parkway and 535. Delays also reported for those traveling between Cayley Street and Robinson Street through downtown. Looking at some moderate slowdowns now for those taking the Turnpike north and southbound in the Kissimmee area and near the Oakland Exchange exit. If you see any traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
Hello, America. It's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you don't have Consumer Cellular yet, now is the perfect time to switch and save. For a limited time, new customers can get wireless service for as low as $15 a month for your first year. Yep.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here with my friend Judy from Life Imaging FLA. Judy, we know we've been talking about saving lives now for about 9 months. The testimonials have been like just bananas. But the one thing we don't cover is how easy this is. It's remarkably easy. I think my scan took 8 minutes, and I got a full body scan. Is that the norm?
Absolutely. It's normally under 10 minutes, and it's the most simplest thing ever. If you're claustrophobic, it's open.
It's an open scan. You don't take your clothes off. There's no injections or dyes, none of that. You don't have to worry about being scared about it. That's another thing. People are like, I don't want to be in that tube, but you never go in.
It's the most simplest thing you'll ever go through.
That's right. Be proactive today. Take control of your health. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. That is a $699 value, and it couldn't be easier. From your cell phone, call pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. And remember, when you get there, ask about the cancer screening as well. It is better to know now than worry about this tomorrow. You have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.